Sadie is the daughter of Travis Claypool and Tammy Claypool, and the granddaughter of Jackie and Marcia Eagleson, and Roy Jean and Lena Claypool. Sadie is involved in National Honor Society, Student Council, Math Club, volleyball, and cheerleading. She serves as the president of the senior class and the editor-in-chief of the yearbook. After graduation, Sadie plans to attend the University of Kansas to major in biology, with aspirations to attend medical school and specialize in gynecology. Our first king candidate is Jacob Adams. Jacob is the son of Misty and Daryl Adams and the grandson of Arlene Adams and the late Robert Adams, Ramona Meyer, and Donald Andrews Jr., and the late Curtis Hammond. Jacob is involved in football, golf, baseball, National Honor Society, Student Council, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Outside of school, Jacob contributes to the Good Neighbor Project cleanup and participates in youth group at Community Christian Church and attends Fort Scott Nazarene. After graduation, Jacob plans to pursue a career in the welding industry. The next queen candidate is Rayleigh Ann Cowan. Rayleigh is the daughter of Josh and Crystal Cowan and the granddaughter of Billy and Pam Cowan and Cleary and Patty West. Rayleigh is involved in cross-country, basketball, softball, powerlifting, Student Council, National Honor Society, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Zero Reasons Why. Rayleigh serves as the FFA Vice President, Senior Class Treasurer, and Skills USA Treasurer. She attends the Mary Queen of Angels Church. Rayleigh plans on continuing her education on a softball scholarship and is currently undecided on a major. Our second king candidate is Cannon Rogers Brown. Cannon is the son of Alicia and Jared Brown, and the grandson of Julie and Danny Brown, and Patricia and Jerry Rogers. Cannon is active in basketball, baseball, Student Council, Zero Reasons Why, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. He attends Mary Queen of Angels Church. Cannon plans to continue his education while pursuing a career in baseball and eventually attend barber school. Our next queen candidate is Anna Joelle Farrington. Anna is the daughter of Jana and Buddy Farrington and the granddaughter of Carol Prosser, Joe and Vita Barger, and Janet Pike. Anna is involved in cheerleading, Student Council, and serves as the yearbook business manager. She is a member of Community Christian Church. Anna plans to attend Pittsburgh State University to major in psychology.
Just walked up to the thing.
The next king candidate is Caden Heath Cannon. Caden is the son of Dustin and Kayla Cannon and the grandson of Marriott and Sherry Yarrick and Perry and Pam Cannon. Caden participates in powerlifting, baseball, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and National Honor Society. He is the captain of the football team and is the FFA secretary. Caden plans to attend college while continuing his baseball career and to pursue a career in welding. Our next queen candidate is Shiloh Lamb. Shiloh is the daughter of Chris and Celeste Lamb and the granddaughter of Rich and Johnny Adelot and Arthur and Lana Lamb. Shiloh is active in the National Speech and Debate Association, Global Cultural Diversity, Student Council, Skills USA, Zero Reasons Why, History Club, and Art Club. She plans on attending Fort Scott Community College, followed by Pittsburgh State University, to pursue a career as an architect. Alongside this, Shiloh hopes to explore a side passion of creating jewelry. The next king candidate is Dirks Kegler. Dirks is the son of Jason and Tara Kegler and the grandson of Bob and Vicki Rhodes and Carl and Mary Lou Kegler. Dirks is involved in basketball, track, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Student Council, National Honor Society, and Zero Reasons Why. After high school, Dirks plans to continue his basketball career at the collegiate level and is undecided on his academic major. Our final queen candidate is Aubrey Marlene Yarrick. Aubrey is the daughter of Clint and Gail Yarrick and the granddaughter of Steve and Sharon Hedges and Marriott and Sherry Yarrick. Aubrey is active in volleyball, basketball, and softball. She is a member of the National Honor Society, serves as treasurer of the Student Council, and is involved in Zero Reasons Why. Aubrey is also a member of Community Christian Church. After graduation, Aubrey plans to attend college to pursue a degree in the medical field with the goal of building a career centered on helping others. She also plans to continue playing softball at the collegiate level. Our final King candidate is Dexter Benton Lane Williams. Dexter is the son of Brian and Rebecca Williams and the grandson of Tim and Carol Allison and Marvin and Charlotte Williams. Dexter is involved in football, basketball, baseball, National Honor Society, Student Council, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and Zero Reasons Why. Dexter is undecided about his future plans. Our crown bearers are Satchel Herman and Beckett Phelps. Satchel is the daughter of Jeremiah and Elise Herman and the granddaughter of Norman and Laura Nation, Polly Mayberry, and Jim Herman. Beckett Felt is the son of Carson and Morgan Felt and the grandson of Carla Felt and Kayla Crone. The crown bearers are being escorted tonight by junior class president Ivy Lee. Can I have a drum roll, please? The 2025 homecoming king is Dirks Kegler. One more drum roll for us, please. Your 2025 homecoming queen is Rayleigh Cowan. One more round of applause for our King Dirks Kegler and our Queen Rayleigh Cowan, and to all of our homecoming King and Queen candidates.
We got about 20 minutes left on the game clock here. Dirks Kegler is your homecoming queen, and King and Rayleigh Cowan is your homecoming queen. We're going to get everything set up to get on the radio, and we will be right back. We'll stay live, but we'll have the break screen on the YouTube. Appreciate you watching.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
All right, perfect. I can hear you. I'm going to switch it over to Aaron and see if you can hear him.
Got me? Hear me?
Sounds good.
Perfect.
All right. I'll give you a call back about 6:50 if that works for you. That's when we'll start the pregame show. The plan for halftime is going to be hopefully we hear the band and the dance team go, and then it'll still be the halftime show, but then we're going to talk after that. We're going to let that play through without talking, and then we'll go to that for the halftime show.
All right.
So
I'm going to go ahead and run the intro at 45, and then I'll just get some of the ads out of the way.
Perfect.
You
Yep.
Just text me when you're ready to come in.
Yeah, I can do that.
Alrighty.
All right, I'll give you a call back about 6. Well, I can just stay on. We can just stay on a mute if that works for you.
Yep, that's fine.
All right, sweet.
All right, go Tigers.
Yep, thank you. Go Tigers.
There is a slight chance of a shower maybe Sunday night. Low temperatures around 65. The first of the week on Monday, expect rain showers early in the day on Monday with overcast skies later in the day. And the high temperature is only up to 73. And our chance of rain on Monday is 40%. That's a look at the weather. Thanks for listening to All Hit 103.9 FM, 98.3 where we're Red Dirt Country, and 1600 AM.
Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time? You're only dancing on this earth for a short while. And though your dreams may toss and turn you now, they will vanish away like your dad says, kings and blue, fading up to the sky. And though you want them to last forever, you know we never will. You know we never will. Have to make a goodbye honest. Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time? There'll never be a better chance to change your mind. And if you want this world to see better days, will you carry the words of love with you? Will you ride the great white bird into heaven? And though you want to last forever, you know you never will. You know you never will. Goodbye makes the journey hard. Very young, what will you leave us this time? You're only dancing on this earth for a short while. Oh, very young, what will you leave us this time?
Playing the greatest hits of all time. You're tuned to the fun one. Good times, great oldies. All hit 103.9. KOMB FM. Fort Scott.
The legacy continues as legends are being made under the Friday night lights. Tiger pride runs deep. This is Fort Scott Tiger Football on All Hit 103.9 FM and our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV. Tiger Football is brought to you in part by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, DQ Grill and Chill, Sharky's Pub and Grub, Five Corners Mini Mart, Hometown Pub, Marcia's Deli, Peerless Products, Seacan's Occasion Shop and Designer Florist by Seacan, Sonic of Fort Scott, Teeny Wit Funeral Chapel, Shirt Shack, Typhoon Bay Car Wash, and Union State Bank. Tiger football is also made possible by these special sports boosters. Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance Incorporated, the Hole in the Wall Liquor Store, La Hacienda of Fort Scott, Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, Atkins Insurance, Opie's Pizza, Casper Enterprises, Canar Eye Care, Myrick Mechanical, State Farm Insurance Agent Cale Nelson, and Fort Scott Community College. It's time now for the Briggs Auto pregame show, as you enjoy Fort Scott Tiger football with the new voice of the Tigers, Dylan Duffy, on All Hit 103.9 FM and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Go Tigers!
It's Friday night under the lights, and you know what that means. Pride, tradition, fortitude. These are the hallmarks of your hometown heroes, the Fort Scott Tigers. Welcome to the Briggs Auto pregame show, brought to you by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, your local headquarters for Chevrolet, Chrysler, Dodge, Ford, GMC, Jeep, Ram, and Toyota. Visit them at 1819 South Main and experience that unbeatable Briggs VIP customer service, or shop anytime at BriggsFTSCOTT.com. Briggs Auto of Fort Scott is proud to stand with the community and your Fort Scott Tigers, sponsoring the pregame coverage all season long, right here on 103.9 FM and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Now, here's the voice of the Fort Scott Tigers, Dylan Duffy.
Welcome in, Tiger fans, to Frary Field here in Fort Scott, Kansas, on what is going to be shape up to be a great Fort Scott football game tonight. The Tigers will be hosting the Chanute Blue Comets in a big SEK League clash, and also Fort Scott's homecoming here in Fort Scott, where Dirks Kegler was crowned king and Rayleigh Cowan was crowned the queen. I'm Dylan Duffy, joined in with Aaron Judy as always. You can feel the energy already in here, can't you?
Yeah, it's a full house. Looks like standing room all in tonight. The pregame activities were great. Team's running out here on the field right now, and it's a full house, so it's going to be a fun night of football.
Absolutely, and this game's going to have a little bit more juice with it being homecoming, obviously, on the schedule. And both teams are coming in here with something to prove. Chanute, you know, they're 3-2 on the season. Another big SEK win last week against Independence, where they won. Independence took them down to the wire, 27-20. Indy had a chance to win it there, but they didn't complete the ball. And Chanute kept it after really being down 14-0 there. And then Fort Scott, unfortunately, is looking to bounce back after falling to Labette last week, where, the scoreboard's 28-7, but there's a lot of good things we saw there. But what do you make of this matchup tonight?
Yeah, I think it's another home game where we seem to play with a little more juice when we're at home, a little more pride. Maybe you don't want to get beat on your home field, but I think we're going to be right in the game. It's just like when we played Pittsburgh, when we played some of these other schools that are kind of sitting at the top of the SEK, or I guess Pittsburgh's out of the SEK, but some of these better teams, we've been right there. We've just got to figure out, and I've been saying this all year, but we've got to figure out a way to fight four quarters. Instead of, we have that one quarter where we just kind of fall. And so if we can do that, I think, like I've said the past couple of games, if we can be close at halftime, close to the third quarter, I like our chances.
Absolutely. I think if we start fast, play fast, end fast, we're going to be just fine tonight. With some other big news for tonight, we're going to have junior quarterback now. Dryden Marlowe gets the start at quarterback. Caden Cannon is going to move out to the wide receiver spot. Supposedly dealing with a torn labrum. We don't know exactly for sure, but he's going to be at the wide receiver slot, so still definitely getting some minutes for us, but we're going to turn to Dryden, see if he can create a spark there at the quarterback position. What do we expect tonight from Marlowe?
Yeah, Dryden's a kid I know personally. He's kind of just been working extra, and now he's going to get his chance to shine, so I got faith in him. I think he's going to come out, play a good game. I have talked to him. I know the coaches have talked to him, you don't have to do too much. Just kind of manage the game, do your thing. He's a big kid we were talking about when he was warming up. I think we've got him listed at 6'3". I think he's actually probably
grew an inch
closer
since that roster's probably made.
200-pound kid. He's got the frame. He looks the part. He can spin it. I'm excited to see what happens tonight. I don't think during warm-ups I saw Caden drop a ball at receiver either, so you hope it's best of both worlds. We kind of kill two birds with one stone here.
Yeah, and we've seen we've seen Caden pick up some interceptions over there on the defensive side. So when he puts those red gloves on, we know he can go get the ball. So it'll be exciting to watch him out there, wide receiver 2, and watch Drayden spin it a little bit. But with that, it is his first varsity start here at Fort Scott. He did come from Uniontown last year, and it's also homecoming, so it's going to be a big moment. And some keys to get comfortable. What do you want to see for him to get comfortable here at the position?
Yeah, well, I think for starters, Chanute's going to play a lot of kind of cover 3 or cover 0, and they're going to set back a little bit with their corners. They give you a pretty big cushion. I imagine Coach Stark's going to want to get him started. Just get a couple little quick hitches and get him some confidence. Get his feet moving. He's a big kid. Once he gets rolling downhill, he's going to be tough to bring down. The only thing is we do run a triple option offense, and I know we've probably got people listening that have been in the system before. They ran it. At the quarterback spot, it's a little tough to pick it up all in a year, But, we've got plenty of options of other plays. So I think maybe a design QB run, some quick hitches, get him comfortable, and then let's air it out. Let's see what he can do.
Absolutely. Definitely want to see if he can sling it and get after it. We're obviously going to still probably run the triple option quite a bit, and he's going to have to grow a little bit in that area to make sure he's keying on the right person to key off of and keep it or pitch it or give it or all that. But we're going to take a quick break here on All Hit 103.9, and after this we'll come back with a Chanute breakdown and keys to the game and the homecoming factor. You're listening to All Hit 103.9. This is Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy, Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Tigers galore, with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the Tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All Tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Since 1921, Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance has been a staple in the community, meeting the needs of our area residents. We handle many types of insurance from auto, home, farm, motorcycle, ATV, watercraft, as well as many aspects of your business needs. We are a proud supporter of sports in our local area, schools, and our athletes. Give us a call, 620-223-2970, or stop by our office. We're located at 20 South National in beautiful downtown Fort Scott, Kansas.
We are back here at Frary Field. You're listening to Dylan Duffy and Aaron Judy on All Hit 103.9. This is the Briggs Auto pregame show. We want to jump into the kind of some breakdown of the Chanute Blue Comets tonight. They're coming off a 27-20 win over Independence last week that we talked about. What were you kind of impressed about that performance? They did get down 14-0 at the beginning and fought back and ended up getting that win.
Yeah, and really going back and kind of watching the film on that game, they had some sort of crazy stuff. Couple, I think they scored Indy got their first points off a kickoff. Chanute kind of
did an onside kick thing, something like that. Yeah,
kick. And so they got down early, but you can tell from that game they expect to win. They've been winning for a couple of years now. They expect to win when they get on the field. They're not going to give up. They're going to fight, and we've got to match that. That's kind of where we fell short, but we've got to match their intensity for 4 quarters and see where we end up.
Yeah, for sure. And they don't really. Maybe not this year. Years of the past, they have been SEK champions for a good little run now, but they don't necessarily jump off the page at it statistically this year. But they're always going to be well coached, and they try not to beat themselves. They're going to make the short passes, the completions to make sure they get yards off that. Yep. And so, kind of what challenges is that going to present us tonight?
Yeah, a lot of things watching them too. They're going to go on a lot of hard counts. They're going to change up the snap count on us, so you can't just time up everything. We're going to have to pay attention to the ball. We can't give them, 5 yards, 10 yards here, 5 yards there. We've got to be smart, not beat ourselves, no penalties. Because if you give them, a little bit of a head start there, it's going to be tough on us. They're a spread team. They're just going to try to spread you out, throw the ball around the yard, and then gash you in the middle for some runs here and there. But they're going to be in shotgun 99%
shotgun
of the
pistol
time.
Formation,
Yep.
Yeah.
And so they want to throw the ball around the yard.
Yeah, and then so let's shift back to Fort Scott now that we kind of got the breakdown of Chanute. Coming off that 28-7 loss to Labette, the biggest thing we need to clean up, talking to Coach Stark in the coach's corner was need to tackle better. We got good pursuit, but we kind of let them break some tackles a little bit. And we just got to do the right things fundamentally wise. I know this week they really worked on ball handling, making sure they got everything good. And obviously, we're getting Dryden in there at QB. We've done. He's taken over 200 snaps a night is what Coach Stark told me on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So he's getting prepared, but just kind of the other things that you think we need to make sure we get taken care of tonight.
Yeah, ball security is a big one, like Coach Stark said. I mean, you think about last week, we give up 2 fumbles. I know of. I think we have 3 or 4 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
In a high school football game, you give 3 or 4 turnovers, it's going to be tough to be victorious in the end. I mean, it's just not going to happen very often. I don't care. You need to be the Monstars if you're going to come back from that kind of.
They couldn't even do
problems.
it against Jordan. So,
yeah. So, we've got to do that. Our running game hasn't really been a problem all year. We've been super solid. You'd love to see him come out and throw the ball a little more. Just kind of, if nothing else, to keep the defense a little more honest. You don't want to allow him to stack the box on us like kind of we've seen in the weeks past. So I'd love to see him throw the ball a little bit more. I think Coach Stark probably wants to see that too. I mean, no head coach wants to be unbalanced offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's one of those, they might load the box up a little bit, but from kind of what Coach Stark put in his scouting report, they still kind of run a nickel base defense with, it might be a hybrid linebacker, D-back. They kind of fit the part. You see that a lot in college now, but they kind of run a 4-2-5 setup.
They'll kind of walk their nickel, or who kind of like the monster rover who's in. They'll walk him up as a 9-tech at a DN spot. So, yeah, they do a lot of things.
Yeah, and, sticking with defense, let's talk about the Tigers' defense. What do we need to do to contain the offense here of Chanute and give us a shot at this game tonight?
I mean, really, we've got to keep our eyes on the backfield, number one. Our corners, our safeties have to keep everything in front of them. We can't get beat over the top. You can't give up the big plays. Special teams, we need to catch the ball. We dropped a couple kickoffs last week, put ourselves in tough positions. So, it's just the same as always, really. Alignment assignment. Like Coach Stark always says, we don't have to change what we do. We just got to get better at it. So
absolutely, and we know Coach Stark's pretty level-headed. He doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. But you being a past quarterback at Fort Scott High School and knowing it's homecoming night here in Fort Scott, these nights are always going to come with some emotion. So how do you think, or how did you feel with a game like this on homecoming night?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to lose on homecoming? Who wants to lose to Chanute?
Yeah.
I mean, when I'm in high school anyways, there's 2 teams I really don't want to lose to, and it's Pittsburgh and Chanute. So there's always – you're on your home field. I mean, there's – I don't know. How many people are here?
Oh, I mean, there's it's standing room only now. You can see down there where it kind of looks like the 99s of 2000s.
I mean, you want to put on and you're a 17, 18-year-old kid. I've talked to some of them. I mean, at that point in your life, you feel like this is – and it's true. We don't listen. We don't have a college team anymore. You're the show.
Mm-hmm.
You're the show in town, and so
it's Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the junior Tigers down there looking on up on the fence, looking, knowing that one day it's going to be them too. And so that's some of the emotion that goes in this game. And
with that, what we talked about, you can't kind of like Coach Stark. I hope that and we've talked to him, and he always has preached that the team is an extension of the head coach. So I kind of hope that they take that on. You don't get too high, don't get too low, especially at the quarterback spot. It's your first. He's a move-in. You throw him into the homecoming game, his first start. I'm sure his nerves are through the roof, but we'll see what happens, and I think he's going to be just fine. I think the team's going to respond, and we'll see what we can do.
Absolutely, and with that, that's going to wrap up the Briggs pregame show. It's Tigers and Blue Comets, Fort Scott and Chanute, Friday Night Lights, and homecoming football. We got kickoff coming up next. Do not go anywhere.
Hi, folks. This is Brian from Union State Bank. We would like to use this time to give a friendly reminder that at Union State Bank, we offer a number of services that you find at the big banks, and yet you still receive the personalized service that makes banking at a community bank so much nicer. Come in and see us at Union State Bank, family owned and operated since 1901, on the square in Uniontown and at 12th Street and Highway 69 in Fort Scott. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Tiger fans, it's Woody and the team from Hometown Pub. We want to wish all the Big Red teams a great season. Stop by Hometown Pub at 206 North National Avenue all year long to talk Tiger news. Check out our Facebook page at Hometown Pub for weekly specials. Go Big Red.
We are back here at Frary Field, ready for the kickoff. The Tigers will be receiving the ball tonight from the Chanute Blue Comets. It's a great atmosphere. We got the cowbells out, and we got everybody ready. And then I'll send it over to Aaron for who we got receiving here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have – I can't tell the number. Yeah. Dexter Williams is going to be one of the up men.
We got Creed Clayton on this side over here.
The other up back. I can't tell who's deep.
Yeah.
I think it might be Kyler Keating.
Kyler Keaton or Trayton Valentine, maybe. It looks like it could be 22. I'm not for sure.
Can't see his jersey. Yeah. Number 30 for Chanute's going to tee it up. Sam Wheeler to kick it off.
Here is the kick.
It's a
little pooch kick to the corner. Fair catch. Caught right there at the 35. Smart move by us. Tigers will be coming out here with the ball right at the 35-yard line. And the first couple snaps here for Dryden Marlowe, what do you want to see kind of first play of what you think's going to happen here?
Yeah. I imagine we're going to come out and run the ball, but maybe Coach Stark wants to get going early. Maybe he wants to be a little bit of a gambler. We'll see what happens.
You never know. That's what's exciting about high school football. You just don't quite really know. Tigers will start over here on the left hash, heading south. Dryden under center. Our normal split back. We got looks like a handoff right up to Creed Clayton up the middle for about 4-yard gain. Falls forward as normal. So. Good positive yards there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for us.
I expect to see a lot of that tonight, kind of like that.
Looks like we have an injury for Chanute, number 19 here.
Looks like he's kind of getting out. Oh,
Kemper Manley, 5'11", senior, 185 pounds, wide receiver linebacker. So probably a big staple on both sides of the ball.
I think with that give, we're going to see a lot of that, kind of just follow straight gives. And it might be a situation where even with the option, there's times I went through all 4 years playing quarterback, but even my senior year, there's times where they're like, hey, and there's times with Caden this year where Coach Stark's like, hey, let's run, 36 veer, but keep it.
Yeah. Just follow. Yeah.
So you want them reading the defensive end, but
sometimes you just, hey, this is the play we're making. Let's go with it there.
We might just have to simplify it.
And on top of that, small accomplishments, we don't want to overlook that, that's the first time he's taken a snap as a Tiger.
Yeah.
No bad snap, straight to him. That's things you think about, too, is homecoming, your first game, and he has no jitters, takes a snap clean, and gets a good handoff there. So that's a start of something good there.
Yeah, he's capable. He's an athlete. Came from Uniontown. It is a big jump from 2A to or 1A, whatever they are, to 4A football, but – it's not his first game. He kind of knows what he's in for.
Absolutely. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 here for the Tigers. Looks like Kemper is getting off the field on his own. Little limp in the steps, so we'll see if we can figure out the injury report on him there. But, we're in the huddle here. Dexter's coming out wide here on the right side of the field. And we got Caden over on the left side, both on. Split back, Dryden under center. Good snap. Looking to pass early here. Pass right to Dexter. Caught at the 45. Moving forward. Looks like he's going to be just short of the first down, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1. That's a big thing. 1 run, 1 pass there. Obviously, if you look at the statistics, they were already balanced on offense, and that was a good, clean pass. Dexter kind of came up, got it, hit him right in the chest, and didn't move the chains quite yet, but we moved up another 6 yards there.
Yeah, going to be about a 3rd and 1 now from our 46. And that's exactly what I was talking about at the beginning of the game. They run a little quick hitch right there. Just get them some confidence. They're going to come back out twins to the right side, the short side of the field. It's going to be a straight give. No quarterback follow.
Got enough for a first down here, so we're going to stop the clock to get the chains moving real quick. 11:01 left here in the first quarter.
That's another thing we talked about that before. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. You run Paxton Allen or Creed in there blocking for him, and he follows him.
Yep.
Not a lot of SEK defenses are going to stop that, not getting a yard, 2 yards there for a first down. So
yeah, it looks like Dexter kind of came off. He's hobbling a little bit after that tackle, but we also have Kegler in there, freshman running back, going to get a snap here as Cannon came off. Going to have him as a tight end over on the left side. Yep.
Take the snap. He's going to hand it off over the right side. Give it to Creed Clayton. He's going to get stopped for no gain.
Also had Jax Armstrong in there at a wide receiver for Dexter as he's trying to get back in there. He's walking it off over here on the sideline. Looks like he's about ready to go, but Dryden's over here. Going to be a 2nd and 10, no gain on that play. Dryden bringing in the play here. Clock's running, 10 left, 19 on the play clock.
Dryden's
snap. And we're going to have a false start, illegal formation here.
Yeah.
Looked like Jackson's trying to get back off the ball but didn't get set there, so they're going to
Yep.
call a false start, move us back 5 here. It's going to be 2nd and 15, 10:05 here at Frary Field. Opening drive for the Tigers, already 1 first down.
Right. You're playing some of these younger kids like Jax Armstrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to see him do well, but
yeah, there's going to be growing
just
pains, you
things
know,
that
with
happen,
Dexter
yeah.
over here on the sideline. You're going to have to kind of work some people in. You know, Dexter's probably really trying to get back out there, but you got to make sure he's right too. You don't want to put him
Yeah,
in
it
and
looks
cause
like he's
something else.
waiting to go now.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, we got splits out here both sides. Going to be a quarterback. Nope. Going to be a fake. Look right up the middle. Cannon with a great catch. Great pass from Dryden to Cannon. That's going to be all and enough for a first down for the Fort Scott Tigers. 2 passes on the night already and 2 completions. And, you know, that ball was fit in there nicely.
Yes, the kid is draped on Caden Cannon. I mean, perfect coverage by the blue Comets there, but he just puts it on a rope and puts it right on him. I mean, exactly what he needed to do. He runs a little inside kind of flag route there.
Yeah.
Puts it right where only his guy can catch it. It's going to get us a 3rd and 2.
Looks like it's going to be a little bit short. Looked like it's going to be first down, but we're going to get it all right here with a fullback dive maybe. Looks like we're set up right on the line over there. We'll wait for the call.
They're going to give him the first down there.
Paxton Allen with the great hard run right up the middle. Kind of a, you know, it's a split back, but you kind of, that first person that hits the hole, usually you kind of deem as a fullback there, and that's what that looked like, just a fullback dive by
yeah, you know, we haven't passed the ball much, so you know, one upside we have is they haven't seen Drayden on film.
Yeah, no.
They don't know what he's capable
Nobody
of.
has, yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
so
they watched it some
a little bit of
Uniontown.
a surprise factor. They're going to come back out, double tight formation. They're going to run it up the middle again. Looks like Paxton Allen's going to get the ball.
Gain of about 1 there. Bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Tigers here. And, you know, that double tight formation, there's a lot of things you can do out of that. Tight end crosses, you know, we're going to see probably open up the playbook a little bit more after getting comfortable there. I mean, he's comfortable throwing the ball, not afraid to fit it into his athletes and cohorts out there as well, which is kind of good to see as well.
Yeah, he looks super comfortable in the pocket, and we've already seen a couple play action plays here. So
come back out in double tight, double out here. Going to be fake counter to Paxton Allen. Phil's right up the middle. He's going to make a break attack on the 20, the 15.
One guy to beat. He stops, cuts back. And he gets held up at about the 11-yard line. Great run by Paxton Allen.
That's going to be enough for a first down. No, you get hyped. I get it completely. Plenty enough for a first down. Did make a good miss there. That's going to bring up a 1st and 10. They're going to have a chance to still get a first down here about the 1-yard line. But, you know, that's the thing. You run a counter there. For a second, they probably got on their heels thinking, oh, he's coming out of this with a pass, and just a good counter option right there.
And that's exactly what throwing the ball does, opens it up. We're going to come back out, split back. They're going to run a
good
quick
pitch.
option right. He's going to give it to Creed Clayton. Creed's going to kind of – they just get stretched out. Flag on the play. Kind of looks probably going to be a holding
That's kind of in the area for a hold, yeah. And that's one of those, you know, you kind of want to see Creed maybe hit a little scataboo there, not stutter, and just kind of go forward, fall forward for a couple yards. But we'll see what the penalty is here. Holding by the white hat here, so that's going to bump us back 10 yards. Going to bring up 1st and 20 for the Tigers after a great run by Paxton Allen there.
Yeah, one upside, if you're going to get tackled toward the end zone, at least, you know, where he gets stopped, we give ourselves enough for him to not have to score but still get a first down. I always kind of like
it's always nice
to the one and get a fresh set of downs. So
yeah.
Drayden's going to run the play back in here from Coach Stark.
Yeah, and so he's going to come out here. Got everybody. We still got Jax Armstrong out there. Caden Cannon over here on the right side. Jax on the left. He's going to be off. Tight end over there. We're going to run the option to the opposite side. It's going to be a bad ball's on the ground, still loose. Looks like Chanute recovered it. That's just unfortunate, you know, kind of a counter option play there. All the momentum in the world and just bounced off his hands. And unfortunately, that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Chanute Blue Comets here. So had everything going, but, you know, that's the turnovers. That's the bug that'll bite you.
Yeah, that's been the story of the year. We get so close, and then we just shit ourselves in the foot. We've got to clean it up in that area. So now's the time you're going to have to bow up.
Yeah, good thing is our defense is out there, and that's kind of one of our bright spots on this young season. We do have a pretty strong defense. Looks like Cannon's going to come in here at outside linebacker here, running our typical 4-3 against the spread here for Chanute. We got somebody out wide here, nobody on him. We're going to do a little running back
swing pass.
Swing pass there. He's going to get enough for about 9 yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to.
They're actually going to give him enough for a first down there. Looked like he got tackled a little short on our side, but 1st and 10 for the Blue Comets. One play, one pass.
I think Kyler Keating, the freshman, is going to be playing strong safety this week, it looks like. So they're going to move Caden to linebacker, kind of in lieu of.
Kind of looks like they have a kind of a two safety back system here, a little cover 2 action probably, as well as our typical 4-3. Going to run strong side.
You're going to have Chanute's going to come out in the pistol formation. They're going to have doubles to each side. Play action. He's going to throw it to the right side. Jax Armstrong comes up and makes the tackle. They're going to get about 3 out of it, it looks like.
Yeah, and it's one of those, we kind of give them some space. We make sure that once they get the ball, though, we got to surround them because we kind of left that slot wide receiver there, 10 yards off the ball is our closest defender on him.
Yeah, and
so
they're going to spread it out all night, so our defensive backs are going to be most important people on the defensive side of the ball. You'd love to get a pass rush here.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing for these kind of types of defenses. If you can get a good pass rush, it's going to be tough. But Chris Harding's one of the better slingers here in the SEK league, and we'll see what he does here. Taking the snap,
trips to the right. They're going to run quarterback keep over the left side.
Do get him down just short of the first down marker. Looks like it's going to be up a 3rd and 1.
And Drayden Marlowe, since he's playing quarterback now, I believe he's not going to play defense. That's what I was told.
Yeah, and it looks like we have
Isaac Bishop
in there, yes.
Going to take his spot as the right defensive end right now.
Mm-hmm. And then Aiden Ogren and Jacob Adams up the middle along with Brody Stoughton. It looks like we're going to run a 5 D linemen here on this 3rd and 1. Maybe see a little tush push action. First one under center for the quarterback.
So. They're going to be in a bone formation.
Where they set, though, that's going to be the question here.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be on Chanute. We'll see here.
I don't see a flag on the ground yet, but he blew it dead. Oh, pink flag. Yep.
Pink flag, yep.
Makes sense. That's why I was like, where's the yellow? But, yeah,
October.
It is October, so we do know.
It is going to be on Chanute.
Offsides on them, though, so kind of like what we want the Eagles to get called for having their guards and everything.
Yeah, and it did look like the left side of the line was kind of half head or about a full helmet in front of the ball almost when I looked at it.
Yep, so that makes a 3rd and 1 into a 3rd and 5 here, and they're going to roll out basically a whole new offense, almost all specialty players. Kind of seeing what coach for the Chanute Comets, Cleet, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
He said that really their offensive line, defensive line is their big, seniority type, but there's going to be some new specialty players out here.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to end up calling a timeout as well, so we're going to take a timeout here in the booth. Listen to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. This is Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy.
There's a lot to be said about home field advantage, whether we're talking about football or business. There is a comfort level in knowing your surroundings and the people you are dealing with. Our staff members at Chanute Chapel are all Fort Scott High School and Fort Scott Community College alumni. So whether we say Go Tigers or Greyhounds, we really mean it. Chanute Chapel, we're here when you need us. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Chanute Memorial Chapel is built on the tradition of care.
All the exciting play-by-play action is here.
And here's the kickoff.
The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
The Fort Scott Jungle has tigers galore, with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders, too. You can call us at 620-223-6432.
Chanute's going to come back out here. They're going to have doubles to each side in the pistol formation. 3rd and 6 for them here. Harding's going to take the snap. He's going to throw over the right side. Going to be easy.
Broken
First
tackle
down.
there. Oh, that's going to unfortunately probably.
No, I think that's fair. He grabbed him by the jersey. Tough.
Looked bad, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he got him by the front of the jersey there. Shy Kennedy did, kind of whipped him around, but not illegal. Just caught him funny, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but it's going to bring him 1st and 10, and that's kind of one of those that I don't know. I mean, do we bring that back up to kind of jam them there? Because on those type of plays, 3rd and 6, they're going to be in passing situations. You don't want to.
Yeah,
I've kind of always played before the sticks, not after.
It's just tough because we were on a cover 2. You know, I don't know. You don't want to. You can't jam everybody because if you get beat over the top of your toast. But
yep.
They're going to come back out, same pistol formation, trips to the left, hand it off over the right side. He's going to get decent yardage there again. Going to get about 6 yards.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that a spread offense will do. A pro college type offense is there's going to be lanes to run, there's going to be lanes to pass, and you just kind of gotta be smart with how you take the ball away. Obviously, you cause some turnovers, some good things are going to happen here.
Also, getting some texts from people that I know. For whatever reason, our huddle camera tonight, we don't run the camera. It kind of runs off a robot, but I know it's lagging right now. For whatever reason, the internet's kind of lagging, so we'll see if we can't fix that here soon. But Chanute going to come back out, twins right. He's going to fake the throw to the left, quarterback keep. He's going to get the first down. He's going to go for about, looks like 7 yards there maybe.
It's going to stop the clock at 3:58 here in the first quarter. Fort Scott and Chanute are still tied. This is Chanute's opening drive. Fort Scott had the ball first and unfortunately got all the way down to about the
15 or
so. Well, yeah, about the 15, 11-yard line, and had a turnover on a bad pitch. But Chanute's methodically driving it down here, and they're back out here in the spread offense.
You're going to see the same thing. They're going to be in a pro set, doubles to each side. We're going to shift our defensive line. Hardy's going to take the snap, look to his left. He's going to throw a quick screen pass. We get it sniffed out pretty quick, but
yeah, it looked like they had some Chanute blockers out there, and we kind of just wiggled around it, and Cannon got in there on the tackle along with looks like maybe Isaac Bishop was in there as well.
Yeah, just tough it's tough. This offense, the offensive style it's tough to defend. You don't see a lot of it. It's kind of new to these boys. Mm-hmm. So after this first drive, you're going to have to figure it out on the fly quickly and adjust.
Yep, looks like we've got trips over here to the Fort Scott sideline now, and a single over there with a jammer. Dexter Williams going to jam on that side. Quarterback pistol formation. One tailback. He's going to do a quarterback keep to the right side. Going to get out to the outside to the 20, the 15. Dexter does come in. Unfortunately, doesn't hit. Can make the tackle. He gets up to about the 10-yard line. Going to be enough for a first down for the Chanute Blue Comets there.
Yep. They're kind of just having their way right now.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's kind of more. It's not only a college pro offense, but you normally don't see this many plays in one drive either. It's kind of a quick type of offense, but they're wearing it down as well. So hopefully a lot of these kids on the sideline will be ready to get in there when their name's called and make sure they can make a play as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to play some extra kids because they want to throw the ball around. They're going to spread it all over the field. You're going to be gassed. You're going to be tired. It's just part of it. So everybody's going to have to do their job, some of the backups. They're going to come back out, same pistol set. Twins with a wing to the right side. He's going to hand it off at the middle. We're going to have a few missed tackles. Finally going to bring him down. Looks like he's going to get about 7 yards. Well, maybe not 7. We're going to call it 5.
Yeah.
6 yards.
Yeah, it looks like a long 7.
Yeah, they're in, like we talked about with us, kind of the same spot we were in. They're at 11, 12-yard line, so they're still able to get a first down without scoring here.
Yeah, and then so that's kind of a secret thing up there. You get to the one, you can kind of do that quarterback keeper that they wanted to do before they had the offsides. They're going to run doubles out here to the Fort Scott sideline and single. Dexter's going to look at the jam up there again. Quarterback in pistol formation, single back. Going to call for the ball. Going to be just a handoff to the far right side. He's going to walk right in. Touchdown, Chanute Blue Comets. Didn't get the number for him. 25, Jacob Thompson. He's going to be a 5'11", senior for the Blue Comets. And let's see, I think they have a kicker running out here.
Yeah, number 30, I do believe.
Yep. And so they're going to line up for the extra point after that. They scored a minute 44 left here in the first quarter at Frary Field. Fort Scott 0. Chanute with the PAT try. Currently 6.
Right now, their D-line's kind of getting a pretty good push on our offensive line, so we've got to dig in a little bit and figure out a way to get under them, play with good pad level, make sure we're getting them moved off the ball here. Clock's winding about 30. We're going to be about 30 seconds right now. Looks like they're going to try to get one more play, and Drayden runs it in from the sideline. We're going to come back out, double tight formation. Dexter Williams split out. He takes the snap. He's going to give it. He's going to break it loose. Paxton's going to run it for another first down there. He's going to go for about 11 on that carry. And I imagine Coach Stark takes a timeout here. They're going to wind the clock.
It's only the first quarter, so they might just let it go down here and let it go.
Yeah, lost in the game here thinking it's halftime.
Absolutely. Good news is we should be back up and running on YouTube Internet did go down there for a little bit on the BYOD here in Fort Scott, so that's going to take us to into the first quarter. Chanute 6, Fort Scott 0. We're going to flip fields, and we're also going to send it back to the studio. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore, with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Hey folks, Frank here with Gringo.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the showroom floor.
There's a lot to be said about home field advantage, whether we're talking about football or business. There is a comfort level in knowing your surroundings.
We're going to start the second quarter here. Going to be a give over the left side to Creed. Creed Clayton's going to go for, we'll say 2 yards maybe there. See what they give him. They're just going to give him a yard, looks like. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9. So we flip sides of the field there. It's still 6-0. Chanute's on top here at Frary Field. But we're just starting the second quarter, and we just got to sustain this drive, Dylan, and see. We've got to see what we can do.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have had a drive apiece, and both of them had pretty good drives. Unfortunately, ours is rolled in a turnover, and theirs resulted in a touchdown. We're going to be back out here, driving under center. Dexter out here to the left side of the field. Going to be a handoff right up to Creed Clayton up the middle. Going to be about a gain of maybe 2 there.
Below the play dead, they're kind of letting this play go pretty long.
Yeah, that's one of those things that
it's when it starts getting chippy, especially between two teams that probably already don't like each other too much.
And they didn't move the line of scrimmage, where he got to back or anything, so that definitely should have been a play blown dead there. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7 here for the Tigers with Dryden coming in with the next play, and I bet we're going to the air.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely passing down the distance. So we've been pretty good in the passing game tonight so far. So we'll see what we do here.
Kind of got the cornerbacks over here out on the island, so we have a chance there. Going to be a nice little
good
catch by Aiden Ogren at the 30. Going to push up to about the 25-yard line. Going to be enough for another Tiger first down, and another great pass by Dryden Marlowe there. Just really kind of looked like it was going to Cannon on a little slip post route, but then Aiden came over with the tight end cross, came right and snuck it right out of the air to himself.
We throw that there. The tight end drags from the backside all the way across, and Drayden puts it on him, maybe a little bit in front of him, trying to lead him. He tips it up to himself and catches it. So great play there. We're going to come back out. He's going to hand it off to Creed Clayton over the right side. He breaks it loose. He's going to be at the 10-yard line. Big gain there of 15 by Creed Clayton.
This is the momentum you want if you're the Tigers, to keep on just getting positive big yards after positive big yards if you can. You do want to ground and pound a little bit, but when you feel like the kettle's hot, you got to strike it.
That's right. And to go back to that passing play, great concentration by Aiden Ogren there. The ball's kind of tipped. He tips it up to himself, catches it, and then has the ability to get upfield. So we're going to come back out. We've got twins to the left side of the field, the far side of the field here, split back. We're going to give it. Creed Clayton, maybe
he's going to get a couple before he gets pushed back to the line of scrimmage, maybe about a gain of 1 or 2
hand
there.
Off over the right side there, and he doesn't get too much.
Yeah, and you kind of saw Dryden carry out the rest of it like he might have had the ball there, and that's kind of things that they're going to have to watch if you're Chanute's defense here to make sure that he isn't looking out to pass. But that's going to be a timeout for the Tigers. 9:32 left here in the second quarter. Chanute 6, Fort Scott 0. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. We're going to keep it right here. Thank some of the sports boosters that make all of this possible for us, including Atkins Insurance, Billard Hammond Hartman Insurance, Bourbon County Cars, Brick Street Barbecue, Casper Enterprises, City State Bank, Designers Florist by Seacan, Dill Bainbert Bolton, Doherty Insurance, and
D&Z Overhead Doors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Todd Schmidt, Fort Scott Livestock, Fort Scott Community College, Fort Scott Smoke Shop, Dawn Spirit and Wines, Geiger Plumbing, Hydrix True Value, Heiser Financial Services, and Hole in the Wall.
Absolutely, and we do want to thank all of our sports boosters, and we'll get the rest of you named off later as well. We do want to remind you at halftime of this game, our goal is to show you the band performing for homecoming along as the dance team performing as well. So we will have our halftime show sponsored by Dairy Queen here in Fort Scott, Kansas, but we're going to make sure we get the band and the dance team out there tonight. Tigers going to come out after that timeout in a normal formation for us. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Paxton Allen.
No,
it's going to be a pitch.
Outside.
He breaks a tackle. He's going to be at the end zone. Touchdown, Fort Scott. Touchdown, Creed Clayton. Great little fullback fake there, and then a pitch right out there. And you like that we went back to that after a bad play down there in the last red zone option, but we went right back to it. Bread and butter. Touchdown 6 for Creed Clayton there. We got PAT attempt here for Caleb Hall, who
had a great play there. Dre, kind of turns, fakes the inside handoff, gives the quick flip outside, and heck of a play by Creed Clayton. Gets away from 2 would-be tacklers, kind of stiff arms one kid and gets it in. Oh, the snap is down.
Unfortunately, going to be a bad snap maybe there. It's going to be a tie ball game after non-PAT attempt. No good by Fort Scott. That's going to bring the game at 9:26 here in the second half. Fort Scott 6. Chanute 6, so, 2 good drives for us. Fireworks going to be going off. You might hear those in the background, but good thing to see that we got down, but that's kind of right when the Tigers like to strike. We got down. We got right back in it right there and got our own touchdown of our own. So
yeah, hey, great way to respond if you're Fort Scott. I feel like we think we're right in it. A lot of it, you just wonder mentally. We've been down a lot this year, like – it's hard when you're that age to not give up, not think, well, here we go again.
Yeah, same old kind of thing. But, no, they did good. They persevered. They looked really good on that drive. And, I mean, that's the thing you got to keep telling them. They probably did tell them is that you looked good on the first drive. We just had a mental mistake, things that we're trying to correct here in the Tiger program, and we don't do that.
Ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, Chanute's a great ball club, don't get me wrong, but in all the teams we have played. But that's what kind of the ode of this season's been is that you're beating yourselves. You're not letting the other team beat you. You're not even giving them a chance. You kind of put yourself down already in it before you even get out there.
Yeah, when you're playing a good team, you just can't give them any extra. It's going to be hard to win the game. So you give them a few turnovers on your side, it's going to be really tough. But we're going to have it teed up here. Caleb Hall's going to be ready to go, and here's the kick. Going to be a good kick to about the 25 and bounce back towards the middle.
Makes a couple moves. It's tackled down there right at the 30-yard line after kind of having a good convoy in front of him. Number 20 for Chanute. Looks like that's going to be Jordan Patterson, sophomore there with the return. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Chanute Blue Comets here at the 30-yard line. And, it's kind of one of those things they kind of drug out their first offensive possession and wore us down and got in for 6. And we hope maybe we get a turnover, kind of a mental mistake on their side of their own, and we get the ball back quick and keep the momentum going.
Yeah, we've got to learn too from the first drive. I mean, we haven't seen a spread team like this. Last week they did run a spread, but it's not the same as what we're seeing tonight from Labette. So
no offense to Labette's quarterback, but this quarterback, kind of knowing the SEK, he can throw it and he's going to hit his spot at all times as well. They're going to come out back in that spread formation, quick little bubble screen to their Y, gun up the middle, a couple broken tackles, going to be a good form tackle right there. Is that Kyler Keaton in there?
Yeah, 28. Kyler Keating's going to be in there on the tackle.
So, freshman getting some minutes here with the good tackle. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Comets here.
And they kind of run that. They come out in doubles and they run that quick inside bubble screen to the outside receiver. Mm-hmm. The inside receiver kind of gets in the way of our corner, and so it's a good play.
Yeah,
hard to stop.
Yeah, because they're going to block the guy that's already jamming him out there with that inside. We're going to have trips to the Fort Scott Tigers side here. Quarterback in the pistol formation. Single back set. Going to be looking to pass over here to this side. Going to look inside. Gets enough. Breaks one tackle. Going to be caught right there about the 47-yard line and drugged down there at the 46. So that's going to bring up enough for the first down for the Comets. And it's just one of those, you just hope maybe one of those balls get tipped to the line or something like that. And because if not, they got spots to hit all night.
And our D-line's doing a good job right there. Aiden tries to get his hands up. If you can't get to the ball, get your hands on the ball is kind of the rule. But we've got to get a little better pass rush here. You want to see a little more push from the defensive line, put a little pressure on him. Same thing, they're going to come out. They're going to run trips with a wing to the right side, and receiver split almost all the way to the sideline on the left. They're going to give it up the middle here. Not going to get much.
No, well, that's a good stop for us. The biggest thing you want to do is, if they're getting all these yards in the passing game, you want to kind of make them one-dimensional as much as you can, too, because then you don't get the big pops. So, if they want to keep on throwing it short of the sticks and hoping they break tackles, that's something that we can probably prevent eventually, but we got to get them into a one.
Yeah, and when they're on this hash over here, I mean, they're going to – looks like they're always probably going to run that receiver to the far side of the field and just take one of our guys completely out of the picture.
And it does help. We kind of have a wide receiver D-back combo over there with Dexter Williams. It's, he can go up and spot a ball too and knows how to do it. So Chanute's coming back out. Going to be doubles over here on the Tiger side. Going to run a number 4 in motion. Going to be a jet sweep. Nope, fake. Right up the middle. Again, got him wrapped up. Kind of had the ball there for a second
I thought he was going to pull that ball loose.
Yeah. And so that's, about a gain of a yard and a half there. It's going to bring up 3rd and
going to be big
5.
James Rodriguez there on the tackle.
You love to see that.
Gets a hold of him and has his hand on the ball right on the point.
Just one of those, yeah.
Doing a good job trying to get the ball loose, but,
yeah.
They're holding on to it for dear life too.
As they should, because, that you turn it over right here at midfield and give the Tigers with all that momentum on offense a chance to get back in there. Might not be tied up for too much longer.
3rd and 5 here. Big 3rd down in this second quarter. They're going to run doubles to each side. To the right side, they're going to have the wing back. He's going to be in the pistol formation. He's going to fake the handoff here. We've got pressure on him.
And we're going to
bring it down. Sack. Big-time pressure by the Fort Scott defensive line there. Aiden Ogren's on him.
Absolutely.
Brody Stoughton, I think, is going to come away with the sack. You going to give us a little celebration there, too. Brody's swagging it out a little bit.
Great draw up by Coach Glades there to send a blitz as well. It's going to bring up a 4th and 11. Kind of make a decision here by the Comets as they're on their side of the 50 here. Looks like they are going to go for it.
Quarterback's going to stay here. They're going to run jet formation from right to left, and he's going to probably back up.
Looks like he's going to do a little pooch punt here, so just kind of let them flip the field. Almost got our guy back there to block it, running their own guy.
Yeah,
great bounce for us.
Yeah, it just dies at the 25-yard line.
So 5:53 here in the second quarter. Fort Scott 6, Chanute 6, with the Tigers coming back out here to get the football on their 3rd drive of the game after, 2 great drives by our offense. And, hopefully we can make it 3 and keep this going. And with, unfortunately, turnover on the first drive, but a touchdown on our last one. And we're going to be looking for more here.
And we talked about right before that snap, or a couple snaps, I'm like, you just want to – if we can get a little pressure on the quarterback, you just can't let a kid like that sit back there and be comfortable all night. But,
yeah,
great job there. We're going to come out, give it over the right side to Paxton Allen. Almost breaks it loose. Gets grabbed by the ankle. He's going to be good for about 5 yards there.
Yeah, hard fought 5 yards, but that's come to known for the Tigers here. We're going to fight for all the yards we can get. And, Ryder down out this week for sure, and maybe potentially coming back next week. If not, we should be back for senior night in Coffeyville, but it helps to have a Paxton Allen and a Creed Clayton still back there in the backfield for us.
Fort Scott's going to break the huddle here with about 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. They're going to fake the handoff. No, he's going to give it. Creed's going to get a first down over the right, yeah.
First down for Creed Clayton after another, two runs, 10 yards. That's exactly what you want to do if you're Tigers. You like to run the ball a little bit, keep balanced here.
Dre is doing a great job of play fakes.
Yeah, he's
every time I think play action, he's really following through. Not to criticize Coach Stark here, but one thing I'm not sure about, our quarterback puts about 6,000 miles a night.
They got to be very
he comes to the sideline for every play.
Yep. Going to have split wide out here, split back. Going to be looking to pass over here to Aiden Ogren on split out wide. Going to make a catch, break a tackle, break 2, get up about a 6-yard gain there by Aiden Ogren. You don't really see him out at the Y, but there's a lot of things you can do out of these formations when we got a good pass game going here tonight. That's going to be enough for, looks like we might have a penalty. Yep, I see the flag on the opposite side of the field. Dexter said he was talking to him. Looks like it's going to be illegal formation on the Tigers maybe. So that's going to back us up.
Yeah. Ineligible receiver downfield. So I'm not sure if you can probably hear the coaches.
Yeah, they're not too happy about it.
Not sure who was downfield because it didn't look like there was any linemen downfield there. But
no,
it is comforting to see Drayden sling the ball around like he is right now. He's throwing the ball well.
Yeah, he's comfortable in that pocket. It looks like he belongs, which is a good thing that you want out of a new quarterback, just to make sure they're comfortable, and that's a big thing, getting a few completions there to let it open up the rest of the playbook for him tonight here.
Going to come out in the same formation, wide receiver to each side, split back. He's going to hand it off over the right. Creed Clayton's going to break it loose, going to get back to about the original line of scrimmage.
So, yeah, it's going to be up a 2nd and 10 here for the Tigers, and, like you said, Dryden's kind of running over here to get the play. And, Cannon, he didn't ever show that it affected him too much, but Dryden's going to get it back in there, and, there's nothing wrong with it.
You sure I don't know.
Yeah.
I would sure like to see him go, back like we used to do it, run it in with a receiver or armband system, something just to take a little bit of wear and tear off his legs every night.
3:52 here left in the second quarter. Dryden's going to take the snap, going to look to pass again right over the middle. Creed Clay with a great catch up the middle of the infield. He's at the 40, 35, cuts out to the outside, gets to the 30, still pushing him off of him, carrying him down. He's going to get to the 30-yard line. It's going to be enough for a Tiger first down. Great little, not a tight end dump, but kind of more of a running back dump right over the middle of the field for Creed. Makes a great catch, and, that's just the things that you're kind of seeing the whole playbook open up tonight, and Dryden's putting it right on them. They might not be the best, but they're getting in the hands, and our playmakers are making a play on everything.
Yeah, they're spreading them out there, and they run the running back seam right there. Drayden puts the touch on it and just puts it right over the defensive back. We're going to come back out in a double tight. He's going to hand it off for the right side to Paxton Allen. He breaks a few tackles, fights for some tough yards. He's going to get about 8 yards on the carry.
Absolutely, and that's kind of a D-back's worst nightmare there, as you see Paxton Allen untouched in the third level, basically.
Not the kid
there.
You want to see coming at you when you're,
Not at all.
5'6", 5'7", 130 pounds, and big Paxton Allen's coming barreling through there. You just put your head down and hope you maybe trip him.
Yeah, shoestring tackle or something.
Yeah.
That's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 for the Tigers here. Dryden's coming in with the play, and this is the balanced offense we've been looking for kind of all year.
Yeah, big time series here too. We're going to have about 2 minutes 45 seconds here. They're going to come back out. One receiver split to the left, double tight, hand it back off the right side to Paxton. He's really close to getting to the first down there. They're going to give him about 2 yards. Still, that big first down run, it makes it so much more manageable. Now we're in 3rd and 1.
These are this is where you want to be. A running offense, a passing offense, anything you want to do. If you're in 3rd and manageables, it's going to make any play call here a lot better, because we do have that tush push quarterback sneak up our sleeve with Cannon. We'll see what we do with Dryden if we kind of do the same thing, or he could even pop in there, and that play works really well for Cannon under center as well. So got options here on 3rd and 1.
They're going to come out. Aiden Ogren's going to be in the backfield. They're going to run a bone set. I'd say you're going to see quarterback sneak, and he's going to easily get the first down.
And that's another thing with him is
he's 6'4".
Nothing against Cannon. Yeah, Dryden is pretty tall there. The one thing you don't want to see is when the Jaguars face the Chiefs, you don't want to see, I call them sunshine, but you put the ball out there, you just kind of get in there in the scrum and get it past. But that's going to bring up 1st and 10 with 2:01 here, 2 minutes and counting for the Tigers. So
now if you're Coach Stark, do you kind of play the game where we're at minute 50 seconds left? You don't really want to give them the ball back before half, but you also
want points
score
regardless. Yeah.
So tough situation.
I think we got a lot of options here. We're going to see what we do. Dryden's under center. Going to run a counter here. They have it sniffed out in the backfield.
It's blown up.
That's a big thing, though. We did hold on to the ball, so, you lose a couple, but we still have possession. It's going to be a 2nd and 12 for the Tigers, and clock is still running. So, not putting anything out there yet, but we might get to see Caleb Hall's leg. But if not, we might see a couple passes here. Going to bring up looks like our 2nd timeout here for Coach Stark and the Tigers. We're going to send it back to the radio. You are listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Fort Scott 6, Chanute 6. Minute 21 left in the second quarter here at Frary Field.
Tiger fans, it's Woody and the team from Hometown Pub. We want to wish all the Big Red teams a great season. Stop by Hometown Pub at 206 North National Avenue all year long to talk Tiger news. Check out our Facebook page at Hometown Pub for weekly specials. Go Big Red.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
We are back here at Frary Field, just out of the timeout. Minute 21 left here in the second quarter. Fort Scott has 6. Chanute has 6 again. Halftime tonight. We will have the band and the dance team coordinations as well. Dryden back under center. Split back, looking to pass over that. Batted down. Big 77 gets there and bats it down. So, luckily we didn't throw anything there. Just kind of threw it right out of his hands and he knocked it down.
Big Brady Alonzo for Chanute there, number 77. He's going to be a 6'5", 267-pound senior. He looks every bit of it. He's a big kid.
Yeah.
Same thing there. We get hands on him, but if you can't get to the quarterback, get the hands up, get to the ball. So that's what he does there. Kind of gets it knocked down. Looked like the hitch was open there. Coach Stark kind of likes to run the double motion down here, or double move, so we'll see what he does here. Going to have Jax Armstrong split out left. Counter, he's going to fake. He's wide open in the end zone.
Oh!
We're not going to get any pass interference there, I guess.
Never came back to look at the ball or anything.
He's all over him.
Just straight pushed him, kind of even, as you can hear the coaches in here. But, you know, it was a good ball, great opportunity there. We did have a tight end crossing the field wide open as well, so we had a lot of options there.
Dre puts it right on him. The corner, if you're watching on YouTube, the corner just starts pushing him well before the ball's there.
That's, you know, one of the things you never want to do is put it in the high school officials' hands, and that's kind of what happened there, and they got away with one. But it's going to bring up a 4th and 12 here for Fort Scott. So it looks like we are going to
21.
Yeah, minute 13 left here, so we're going to keep on going for it.
Yeah, he's going to drop back. Oh, the ball slips out of his hand.
It looks like
they're trying to run a double move. Yeah, with Dexter out here, the ball slips out of when he goes to pump fake. The ball slips out of Drayden's hand. They're just going to say it's a forward pass there, which it was.
Yeah, so now we got to rely on our defense here to make a good stop. Going to go in this halftime 6-6. Just another big momentum breaker there for the Tigers as it's minute 10 left here in the first half. Fort Scott 6, Chanute 6, and everything we're seeing, I mean, we can't really, you know, besides minus the turnover on that first drive, there's nothing we can really hang our hats on right now. We've been playing some good football on the offensive side.
Yeah, they just little stuff, you know. Now you got to correct the small. You start playing better. Now we got to focus on the smaller things.
Yep.
So they're going to go all out there. I can guarantee you right here. They want to put points on the board before they go into that locker room at halftime. But they're going to come out with trips to their left side. He's going to be in like a pro formation, wide receiver split wide to the right. He's going to drop back. He's going to take off. Harding takes off. He's going to get to about the 30. He's still loose, and he can move. He's going to get to all the way to about the 42-yard line.
I do not think he was touched by one person. He kind of decided to keep the clock stopped there with a minute 2 left in the first half.
Runs out of bounds, yeah.
Smartly runs out of bounds. Didn't try to fight for anything else or take any more time off the clock, so they've almost got it back to midfield here for the Blue Comets.
You know, we're trying to play a little deeper, keep everything in front of us, but that's the problem when you get a quarterback that's a dual threat like him. He's mobile, but he can sling it when he takes off, and everyone's 20 yards down the field.
Yeah.
There's not much in the middle there stopping him, so they're going to come. Go ahead, Dylan.
Oh, they're going to come out here in doubles formation on both sides. Pistol. Going to be just handoff right up the middle. We're going to stuff them right there, about at the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 1. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 9.
Great tackle there by
Clock
Caden
is still
Cannon.
running. The coach on the Chanute side is not labeled for a timeout, but they're going to do a hurry up here. Same exact formation. Probably had about 4 or 5 calls out of this. They know what they're doing. They're going to run it here. Going to be a little – he's looking right over the middle seam. Going to be a good catch at the 40. Doesn't break a tackle, but that's going to be enough for a first down. Dropped there about the 37, and they're stopping the clock. 36 seconds left here. Move the chains.
And the receivers do a good job of running their route and just kind of settling in the soft spots of our defense. We're going to stay in cover 2, try to, stay deep, like I mentioned, keep everything in front of us. But, again, the problem it gives you is they can run that 15-yard route right there and just set down, and you kind of see
he
it.
had all time in the world to wait there to throw it to him, too. Kind of looked at all his other options, said, okay, nope, he's still there. I'm going to toss it into him.
Yep.
I believe Chanute did take a timeout, so that's going to leave Fort Scott with 1 and Chanute with 1 as well. We're going to thank some more sports boosters here and keep it live. We appreciate the Hole in the Wall, K&K Auto Parts, Canar Eye Center, La Hacienda, Lions Realty Group, Bailey Lyons, Marcia's Deli, Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, Old Fort Auto, Opie's Pizza, Ruddock's Furniture and Floor Covering, Sonica Fort Scott, State Farm Insurance, Kel Nelson, Stoughton Plumbing, Electrical Heating and Air, Trader Dave's Antiques and More, Union State Bank, Verrier Boutique, and the VFW. And can't ever forget H2 Painting with my very own co-host here, Aaron Judy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That is a good one. a lot of jobs this week. I think I got off Snapchat from you as you were working your butt off this week. But 36 seconds left here in the first half. Fort Scott 6, Chanute 6, and driving. They're going to be set up here at the 37-yard line. Pistol formation, trips out to the left side of the field on their sideline. Looks like Gavin's down here in a jam formation for him. Chris takes the snap, going to roll out to his opposite side, throw it right up to the sideline, wide open. Do we keep him in bounds? Nope, push him out of bounds. So that's going to be enough for a Blue Comet first down and enough to move the sticks as well and stop the clock by getting out of bounds. 29 seconds left here. And
that's a spot right there where we've got to be smart enough to pull him back in. We push him out of bounds and kind of give him a helping hand at stopping the clock.
Yeah,
you got to do everything you can to keep him in bounds.
Keep that clock running because you make that tackle in bounds there. They got to call a timeout or hurry up to it, and they don't have any other way to stop the clock unless they get another first down and get to the line. So now you're kind of playing the time game along with the football game.
Yeah, and it's tough when they're really rolling down the field quick like this. It's so hard to stop the momentum. You see it on Saturdays and Sundays the same way, even at the highest levels. They're going to come back out, doubles to each side. He's got running back beside him to his right. He's going to drop back here. We get a pass rush. He's just going to dump it down to the running back.
Do have people out there, though. We're going to fill it well. He's going to get out of bounds.
Run out.
So, really, that just maybe a gain of about 3 there, but, took more time off the clock than they probably wanted by doing that. Good, but staying home by us. A lot of those times we've seen the screens kind of screwed us. We've all flew back, and they popped that in there so good that we kind of only get them to
22 seconds here. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Ball's on our 20-yard line.
Yeah.
They're going to have 22 seconds here, so you got
officially in the red zone for the Blue Comets here. And
3, 4 more play. Depends on how quick they can get out of bounds.
Good news is we haven't seen too many double moves by them, so I think we kind of get a little stickier here to their specialties to see if we can do it.
Going to be same formation here, twins to each side, doubles. He's going to drop back. He's looking for the middle route. Puts it right on him, and he walks into the end zone.
Just one of those. We had somebody in the middle, we would have had it, but that's going to be a touchdown. Chanute, 16 seconds left here. Just unfortunately, that's their bread and butter offense. Chris is one of the better quarterbacks in the SEK, and you give him time back there, he's gonna dice you up a little bit, and that's what they've done so far tonight.
Yeah, we've got to figure out a way to. It's tough because it's tough to send linebackers when they've got 4 or 5 receivers out there. You kind of need the help, but we got to figure out a way to get some type of pressure. I mean, we're not going to
get pressure. You got to be right on top of the wide receivers there to make sure that they don't have an easy catch or anything like that. So it's kind of
they're going to go for 2 here.
Yep.
So they're going to come out, trips to the far side of the field, single receiver lined up to the right, pistol formation. Here's going to be the snap. He's going to drop back, roll out to his right here. We've got a defender on him.
Hit the ground
first.
Throws
into the ground, so they're not going to try to get the points back there for their blocked PAT, and they don't get any. It's going to be 12-6.
16 seconds left here in the second quarter. So we're going to get a chance, quick little something. Maybe we break this down here, get it down to 50, and see if Dryden has an arm to make a big throw for a little Hail Mary at the end of the half.
Yeah, big time return here would be huge.
Monumental, yeah. As Chanute will get the ball out of halftime. So
yeah, we're playing a little tougher on defense too. You got to think we got a freshman playing strong safety, probably 14-year-old kid.
Yeah,
playing against grown men. I mean, they're 18 years old. They're getting ready to go to college or, the workforce, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a different level. From Monday nights to Friday nights, it's a different level of football. So he's having to learn on the fly and catch up quickly. He's doing a pretty good job, but right there, it's just a tough play. Inside receiver runs a crossing route, and we just don't really have anybody in the vicinity. He catches it pretty easily and just trots in. But
yeah, I mean, like we said, Chris Harding the second. He's probably the best. I mean, he might be.
No, he's probably the best quarterback we're going to see.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe even SEK Player of the Year honors already. I mean, just kind of the way he can throw the ball out of the passing game. I mean, he's putting on a lot of tape for some college level.
And he can, like I talked about, the crazy thing is his legs are. He might not be as well of a runner as the Independence quarterback we saw, but other than him, and I don't know, watching him tonight, he might be just as good.
Yeah, he had that one where he was untouched, but Chanute's out here to kick it.
I'd say they're going to pooch it here.
Yeah. Do kind of get a little stutter step into it, but we're going to have Creed here maybe with a chance to do something.
He's going to come break it back, cuts to the middle and not going to – oh, he gets slammed. Throw the flag. I mean, he gets picked up over the guy's head and slammed into the ground, and I guess –
I will say the good thing is it happened to Creed Clayton. If that's going to spark anybody, it's going to be Creed. So be ready for him to run through somebody's face and the next time he gets the ball. But there's going to be 10 seconds left here in the first half. Chanute 12, Fort Scott 6. Right after this, we'll be back here with the band and the dance team, and then we'll have our halftime show.
We're right in the game here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you take a chance or you just take a knee here.
I think you try for a little bit of something. You do have one timeout. So
we're just going to hand it off. Smart. Probably decision by Coach Stark there. Hand it off to Paxton over the right side. He's going to fight for a couple, and they're just going to take it to the half. down 6.
You're listening to Aaron, Judy, and Dylan Duffy here on All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV. We'll be right back after this with the Dairy Queen halftime show. Let the band get set up and the dance team, but you're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
2 quarters down and 2 to go, which means it's time for the Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill halftime show, live from Frary Field. DQ Grill and Chill is home of the signature stack burgers, classic treats, and all the flavors of fall with the Fall Blizzard lineup. Download the DQ app for delicious deals and a whole lot more. Your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill at 2328 South Main is always a fan favorite. Be sure to visit DQ Grill and Chill after tonight's game. Now, with the DQ Grill and Chill halftime show live from Frary Field, here's the voice of the Tigers, Dylan Duffy.
Fallicious flavors await at your local DQ Grill and Chill. Savor the season with DQ's Fall Blizzard lineup. The irresistible classic pumpkin pie blizzard, the decadent caramel toffee cookie blizzard, and introducing the creamy maple cookie shake. Fall head over heels with all these DQ fall flavors. Visit your Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill at 2328 South Main and treat your taste buds to a blissful bite of autumn. Your fall flavor adventure awaits now.
Located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marcia's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All Tigers know that Marcia's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Since 1921, Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance has been a staple in the community, meeting the needs of our area residents. We handle many types of insurance from auto, home, farm, motorcycle, ATV, watercraft, as well as many aspects of your business needs. We are a proud supporter of sports in our local area, schools, and our athletes. Give us a call, 620-223-2970, or stop by our office. We're located at 20 South National in beautiful downtown Fort Scott, Kansas.
If you feel like you're caught somewhere between who you are and who you want to be, consider attending classes at Fort Scott Community College. Whether you're interested in advancing your education experience or moving one
downtown Fort Scott, 24 North Main Street, with support of Fort Scott Tigers.
Myrick McKenna.
Rockers tied up.
And now, would you welcome to the field the Fort Scott High School Tiger Dance Team. Dancing tonight, freshman Emily Jackson, sophomore Gianna Gorman, juniors Cody Casper, Lillian Jackson, Sydney Lane, senior Josie Fisher. Tonight's hip-hop routine was choreographed by senior Briley Heimer. Ladies, your music is on.
Ride with the mob, alhamdulillah. Check in with me and do your job. Bird is the name, then Baller did the chain. 20 for the watch, crazy plain Jane.
I'ma explain why you probably never see me. I push a Lamborghini, touch your magic like Houdini. My body shaped like genie, booty dreamy, waist is teeny. Yes, I told him to get titles, so he stream me when he leave me. I go hard in the booth, biggie vibes, give me the loot. I'm a classy millionaire, cause ain't got the coupe. C-O-U-T-H, cause you can't spell it either. If I call him, then he coming home, running Bermuda.
If I hit it one time, I'm a piper. If I hit it 2 times, then I like her. If I 3 times, I'm a wiper. It ain't safe for the black or the white bug. It ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe, it ain't safe. Tell your man pipe up, pipe up. Hey, dance on the safe, hey, they say, man, dance on the 2 tonight, man. Hey.
The Tiger Dance Team. Thank you, ladies. Continuing our halftime show, the Fort Scott High School cheerleaders. Tonight's cheer choreographed by Kaylee Billow, Tyranny Bill.
Yeah, I already did.
You did?
Yeah, I already had it removed. I timed them out and everything.
It just said view retracted.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I can't wait till I get that.
But yeah.
Ladies, your music is on.
the Tiger cheerleaders.
For weekly specials. Go Big Red.
Marcia's Deli, 6 West 18th Street in Fort Scott, proudly supports all area students in both academics and athletics. Big sandwiches, homemade sides, meat by the pound, and deli trays at Marcia's Deli, a KOMB sports booster.
There's a lot to be said about home field advantage, whether we're talking about football or business. There is a comfort level in knowing your surroundings and the people you are dealing with. Our staff members at Chanute Chapel are all Fort Scott High School and Fort Scott Community College alumni. So whether we say go Tigers or Greyhounds, we really mean it. Chanute Chapel, we're here when you need us. Find us fast in names and numbers.
Chanute Memorial Chapel is built on the tradition of care.
At Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, they strive to provide the most thorough diagnosis of your heating and air conditioning system by utilizing the most up-to-date diagnostic tools as well as attending product-specific training so they can get you back up and running as fast and economical as possible. If a system replacement is required, rest assured you will receive an installation of your new equipment that is second to none with factory-trained and approved startup with a 10-year parts and labor warranty. Call Norris Heating and Air Conditioning now at 223-5990 for your hometown comfort connection.
Excitement is building at Seacan Occasion Shops. Football season means fall and holiday furnishings. Seacan will help you spruce up your home for autumn with a large selection of seasonal decor. Of course, it's never too early to shop for the holidays. Don't forget, Designer Florist by Seacan will deliver right to your front door. Every occasion is memorable with Seacan Occasion Shops and Designer Florist by Seacan, 2210 South Main in Fort Scott.
Can't make the game? We've got you covered.
We're going to have us a little game of football.
The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
That wraps up the DQ Grill and Chill halftime show live from Frary Field in Fort Scott. Don't forget you can score sweet deals anytime by downloading the DQ app. Tackle hunger with a meal deal or celebrate a Tiger touchdown with your favorite treat. Swing by your Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill at 2328 South Main, which is always a fan favorite after any game. Now stick with us on All Hit 103.9 and our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV, as the second half kicks off. More cheers, more thrills, and more Tiger football action is coming right up. Go Tigers!
We are back here at Frary Field. I'm Dylan Duffy, joined with Aaron Judy after a spectacular halftime show by our band, dance team, and cheer team. You know, did something a little different there for the halftime show. We appreciate Dairy Queen sponsoring that as well. We got the boys warming up over here on the sideline, 12-6. Chanute's leading right now coming out of halftime, and they will get the ball coming into the second half. And, you know, it's kind of been Chris Harding show on Chanute's offensive sideline. And honestly, though, our quarterback hasn't wavered. New quarterback Dryden in for us, and, you know, he's kind of showed out a little bit as well tonight.
Yeah. I mean, as a team, we're in a spot where we want to be. Obviously, you want to be up, but we'll take a 6-point game. I'm sure if you ask Coach Stark before this matchup, like, hey, if it can be a 6-point game going into halftime, do you feel comfortable with that? He would have said yes. I'm almost positive. So as far as that, you know, we're giving ourselves a chance coming out of halftime. Now it's just, like you said, we're kind of letting him do whatever he wants. We've got to figure out a way to get a little pressure on him, do something. He's just way too comfortable sitting back there in the pocket, kind of picking us apart. So,
yeah, you know, this is kind of one of the games I feel like going into halftime we truly had some things we needed to adjust for sure. You know, other games it kind of felt like we were always in it, or, you know, we were beating ourselves. This game, you know, minus the one turnover on our opening drive, we haven't put ourselves in bad positions. We've had some really good chances. You know, we ran out of plays over here on a questionable non-pass interference call on the sideline, or probably would have been right there on about the, you know, 5-yard line looking for another score, and the game could be tied. But we haven't really shot ourselves in the foot. Just got to make sure we can stop this team that we're up against tonight now.
Yeah, I mean, as far as us, this is the most balanced our offense has looked all season by a long shot. So just got to keep doing what we're doing. Defense is going to have to, I'm sure Coach Glid's change some things at halftime, trying to give them some type of, extra look to get him slowed down, and we'll just have to see what he comes up with here. But
yeah,
I know he's not going to just be comfortable with letting him do whatever
he's not going to let him
wants.
sit back. You got to make something difficult on either the wide receivers, or you got to make it difficult on Chris back there in the backfield to, dial up some blitzes or get some more pressure with our four. That's realistically that's what you would love if you could get your pressure with just your four and then be able to drop back, everybody else and see if you can get a pick or something. But we got to change a little bit of things there on the defensive side, but offensive side just kind of stick to what we're doing. We're a balanced offense now tonight so far, and he's going to try to do some things, but for sure we're going to come out here. We're going to kick them the ball. We got to find out quick. That's the one thing is everything that we've adjusted here on defense. We're going to see it right here at the start of the first half because they're going to get the ball here.
Yeah, this is you hear coaches talk about it all the time. Momentum points that you got to stop. To start the game, going into halftime, coming out of halftime. Those are the times you really want to shut the other team down, and you want to create momentum. So we'll see what they do here on this first drive, but if we can get a quick 3 and out, that'd be ideal, obviously, and see what we can do offensively. Love to stop them somewhere down here and give ourselves a short field to work with. But
yeah, something that we really haven't had a chance to have, kind of just have some good field position for ourselves. They pooch punted it. Even when we did stop them on a drive, they pooch punted it down to about the 25-yard line and still kind of flipped the field on us with it. And we almost got back there with no really punt block pressure. It was just, our normal defense. So that's kind of what you hope to see if they drop back to pass is that, we're there to make sure.
Yeah, Jordan Patterson looks like it's going to be the deep man for Chanute here as Caleb Hall tees it up. Start this second half here again. Chanute on top after halftime, 12-6. As we start this second half.
Absolutely, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a fun second half here at Frary Field with Caleb jogging up to kick the ball here. Big, good kick right down the middle. It's going to be to their second back man here. He's going to take it up the middle to about the 35, maybe the 36-yard line and get tackled there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Blue Comets here, and we're going to see what this defense adjusted here at halftime, what they were going to do.
Yeah, and that's another thing, too. You have, like I said, you got a freshman playing safety. You're going to have to
playing safety. You got a sophomore kind of playing linebacker / D-back a little bit. Well, maybe not now. He's coming out, but
you're going to have to give him some tips on how to adjust, how to look at different formations and get aligned. So,
and you might even go ahead and say it's 2 freshmen because it looks like Rush Newton's in there at linebacker as well, number 12.
So they're going to come out here. They're going to have twins to the right, wing and a split receiver to the left. He's going to take the pass.
Maybe quarterback
just
draw.
Cut it up the middle.
Good fill by Cannon there, not to let him get a first down, but first one to really hit him there. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 2, maybe 1, long one here.
Looked like just a design run the whole way there.
Yeah.
He gives a quick little pump fake and takes off up the middle.
And, being successful on those little bubble screens that they ran at the beginning, that's the things you got to kind of watch for. And, you kind of hope that maybe our DNs can get around the edge and kind of make them fill the middle, and we get a sack there.
Yeah, Chanute's going to come back out. Twins to each side, a wing to the right, 2 split receivers to the left, pistol formation. Harding's going to take the snap, hand it off over the right side. He gets loose, and he is still loose. He's going to get a big gain there to about the 35, and he is very fast.
Yep.
He was rolling. That's going to be Breyer. Surely, is that number 12? No, sorry. I think that's going to be 22. Yeah, going to be Asher Love, 5'9", 185-pound senior, I believe.
Or Jalen Duncan.
Yeah, whoever
possibly,
it was.
Yeah. Might have been 13.
Okay, yeah. I think that was. That's my fault. So Jalen Duncan, the junior there is speedy.
Yeah,
he's
quick.
rolling.
Going to have doubles out here both sides, kind of pistol formation. Going to be a quick snap, quick pass right up the middle. Slot receiver going to be enough for another first down here for the Chanute. So kind of just same old by their offense here, just driving it down the field here. And we're going to hope to get a stop here as they're approaching the red zone. About 25-yard line is going to be 1st and 10 for Chanute.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to play action there, but we got to figure out some way to get a rush here.
Yeah, and a lot of teams kind of have that. What we're going to run the first 5 plays out of the beginning of the game, and I'm sure they kind of have something here in the second half as well.
He's going to take the snap, doubles again, hand it off to the right side.
Duncan's going to get up, not as much yards this time, but it's going to be about gain of 2 here. So stop the run a little bit there. Going to be second and 8. 10 minutes and counting on the clock. So, they got the lead. They're going to try to bleed this out as much as they can each time they have the possession as well.
Yeah, does it kind of look like Harding's got like a limp, or is that just how he walks? I'm not sure if that's just how he walks.
Is it a swagger limp? Is it kind of
maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
just looked like he was kind of.
The quarterback kind of does the same thing that ours does, and they run over the sideline to get it. But yeah, we didn't quite see. I didn't quite see it there.
I'd say we're going to see this the rest of the drive. They're going to stay in doubles in that pistol formation. Bunch receivers to the right. He's going to keep it over the right side. Quarterback keep, kind of a quarterback counter there. He's going to get real close to the first down.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, at some point, just kind of got to fill the box and go man on the outside to see what they do until he beats you over the top kind of thing.
It's just tough when they're really athletic on the outside.
Yeah, they're just athletic everywhere. I mean, the coach did say that they're going to be young at the specialty positions, but, there's some young kids that know what they're doing out there, and that's the SEK. We got a lot of athletes in this league.
Big third down here. It's going to be 3rd and 1, ball on the 16-yard line.
Quarterback going under center for the first time, second time tonight.
I'd say we're going to see the tush push here.
Yep.
Nope. They're going to hand it off over the right side. He's going to get a first down and a little bit more. Going to be
first and goal possibly, looks like. Maybe right on the other side of the 10, but I think they're going to probably mark it right at the 10 and give him first and goal here.
Yeah, it looks like so. Yep, ball's going to be at about the 10 and a quarter yard line, we'll say. Not quite right on the 10, but close enough.
So the half-yard line, which they don't really have a hash for that, will be enough for a first down.
Yep.
So, this is a drive. If you're Chanute, that's what they wanted. They want to just kind of move the ball down the field and make sure that they continue to.
They're putting a great drive together. You hate to see it as Fort Scott people, but going to be twins to each side, wing back to the left, hand off over the right side again, breaks a few tackles and just
Jalen right up the middle for a touchdown for Chanute. Yep. Looks like a couple kids just on their backs there. Just strong push by Chanute there. Make it to 18. Go up 2 touchdowns here. 8-12 left in the third quarter. Fort Scott 6. Chanute opening drive after half, and they do score with a 10-yard run by Jalen Duncan.
Yep. That's the spot where, number one, you'd love to block this PAT again. That'd be helpful. But number two, the upside is, trying to be positive.
Bad snap. They're going to run a fire route here. It's going to be picked. We're going to have a chance here to return. Breaks a couple and then kind of stops. No, keep going.
What's
keep
he doing? Run.
Run. It's not okay, well,
is it?
Guess they gave it up. I don't know what we did there, really. We're going to have to ask Coach Stark about that one on Coach's Corner. You can't
Anyways,
not in high school. I guess not in high school. You can't return a interception.
So it's dead.
But,
what I was trying to say was, in the number one, I said, let's stop the PAT. Did a good job of that.
Yeah, did that.
Got that done. So in the past, though, it's been like, anyways, I feel like if once we get down, we were so one-dimensional with the run, it was just tough. It felt like it was almost impossible to come back.
Yeah, you had to rely on breaking big runs to kind of do stuff, and
we don't really have a hurry-up offense. So now is the time where you hope, with a new quarterback in here who's done a pretty good job throwing the ball around,
we can continue to do it. Here consistently,
kind of fight back here.
And then with a balanced offense and a chance to make some passes, make some good runs there, you can potentially get right back in this game. I mean, you're only down 2 touchdowns. And
definitely need points on the board.
Our offense hadn't even touched the ball yet here in the second half. So it'll tell a lot here after we hopefully get the kickoff covered clean and get the ball
drive.
back. Yeah,
3 minutes and 50 seconds and they score. So not the ideal way to start the second half for the Tigers, but
no, looks like their their kicker might be lining up for an onside or a little pooch kick here.
He's just going to pooch it. Dexter Williams going to catch it, try to run it back to the center, and
just kind of goes down right there at the 25-yard line. I mean, didn't really have any blocks there. This swarm to him.
We've kind of done that both times. I almost think he might be better off to just try to run it up the sideline.
Yeah, just get 10 or 15 right there, just going up the sideline.
But maybe Coach Stark or I don't know for sure which coach is in charge of special teams, but I'm sure he's doing what he's told. So
yeah, I'm sure it's a collective, and that's just kind of what you do. And
So
because if you do it right and you only get a few yards and you go down, that's fine. You're trying to go wild man by yourself and do that and get in trouble.
That's when you get in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. So Dryden's going to come out under center. We're going to have split wide out over there on the left side. Chanute sideline going to be a fullback dive, basically right up the middle for about a gain of 2, maybe 3 yards there for looks like Paxton Allen.
They're going to give him 3. It looks like so.
Yeah. Cannon was out on that play. He's going to come in and take. Looks like Dexter's going to come off real quick, and Dryden's going to come in and bring the play back in. Going to be 2nd and 7, 7:44 and counting here at Frary Field. Fort Scott 6, Chanute 18.
Yep. So going to be 2nd and 7 here, ball on the 29-yard line. We're going to come back out double tight. Receiver split out to the right. We're going to run play action here. Drayden throws the ball up. Caden Canning, hits him in the hands, and unfortunately he drops it.
Yeah. Looks like he had the catch. Looks like, honestly, the D-back made a good thing about swiping the ball right there as soon as it went into it. So
had
good
his
play.
back to us, so we really couldn't see the coverage. But
looks like Gage Cummings, a senior, 5'9", 148 pounds, kind of knocked that ball out. But, the single coverage, and you like that it hit his hands. So, that's a good chance, to maybe a good look to go look at it again.
And you've got a kid that's been playing quarterback, trying to play receiver. He's done a good job. But, obviously, it's going to be a little tougher. Good ball by Drayden there, so.
So we're going to have a 3rd and 7 here for the Tigers. Obviously,
we're going to have twins now to the right side. Drayden's going to roll out to his right.
Has him right there,
put it
Cannon.
on Caden Cannon. I think we're going to get the first down there. It is going to be a first down, so great throw and catch there.
Takes Chanute's whole medicine there, just kind of roll out and make sure, first man's wide open, just get him the ball, hit him in the chest. Great catch by Caden and great throw by Dryden there.
And good for Caden, kind of redeems himself there. Good play all around.
Yeah, and it's one of those you would love to hit the big.
Sure, you want to hit the big seam down the middle, but.
What are we doing here? We might have an injury or a medical, something on Chanute here. All right, we're good to go. Back here, 1st and 10, ball on 38-yard line, 7
play
and 9
clock.
left.
Start the play clock.
Yeah.
Yep. Play clock hadn't restarted there, so we're going to be.
Clock's running, yep.
Back under center. They're going to hand off
Creed.
over the right.
Creed's going to look up the middle. Good hard run for about 2 yards there by Creed Clayton.
Yeah, and Coach Stark talked about, too, this week, if we get 3 or 4 yards of carry, that's a good play.
Exactly.
We don't have to get 8, 9 yards of carry.
Yeah, no.
So,
it's just
triple options built to wear people down.
Yeah. And, with the balanced passing game that we've shown tonight, I mean, there's things you can do this. You get these manageable 3rd downs, and you got to look at the air as well.
Yeah. So we're going to come back under center. Dexter split to the right. He's going to hand it off over the left side. Creed's going to come in hard, get a few tough yards there, but pretty covered up.
Yeah.
Going to bring up
3rd and 6 looks like to me, 3rd and 5 maybe. But, yeah, I mean, it's right here in the middle of the field, so it kind of becomes where it could potentially be a two-play
I don't think
drive here, yeah.
I think if we get 3, 4 yards here even, if we're close, at this point in the game, we're under 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter, down 2 scores, I don't see us punting the ball, but I could be wrong too. I'm wrong a lot. So here we go. Receiver split to each side. We're going to run counter. Paxton Allen's going to cut it back up. He's going to get really close. He falls forward.
Looks like that hash mark is the one.
They're going to give him, honestly, a pretty favorable spot.
Yeah, it was a quick one. I mean,
we'll take it.
Yeah, first down, moving the chains here. I like that. I guess, maybe we're not used to it because we probably played on grass in 09, but on the hashes they don't really move. There's not a crooked one or anything on the turf, so
yeah, that was the thing.
Maybe it's a little quicker and easy.
Labette last week, it's grass. It was the first time all the hatches aren't maybe perfectly aligned.
Exactly. Nope. So it's going to be first down for the Tigers. Dryden back under center. We're going to have a split wide receivers here on both sides. Going to be looking to pass over here. Double move. Going to have him.
Got him. He is holding him so bad. I mean, the jersey is tugged insanely bad, and we get nothing.
Again,
the umpire is 4 yards from him.
You see that's.
My goodness, that
double move had him beat. That was 6 if he doesn't get held there. At least the catch for sure.
On Dexter, and he is pulling his jersey. I mean, he almost pulls him all the way down by the back of his jersey. And you can hear our coaches who are
as they should be,
upset as they should be.
Yes.
That's maybe the worst call we've seen all year. So
Yeah, that's 2 PIs that we have not got, but it's going to be 2nd and 10. Dryden here under center. Going to be a quick handoff to Creed, kind of get stuff right at the line of scrimmage. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 now.
Gosh, you'd love to have that back. I mean, he runs a double route or a double move there on his route. Drayden's getting a little bit of pressure, but he stands tall in the pocket. He pump fakes, throws the ball perfect. It's going to be probably 6, as Dylan said. And, I mean, he blatantly grabs him. Looks like on purpose. I mean, you tell your DBs, rather than give up a touchdown, let's take the 15.
Let's take the 15 because, here it's not like the NFL where it's a spot. It's just
my goodness.
15 from the line,
That is pretty
3rd
bad.
and 10 here for the Tigers, right under center, split back in the backfield. Going to be a double counter, looking to pass, set up the screen play here. He's just going to take a sack here, didn't get it out to him. Looks like Paxton maybe got tackled, too, after the fake, too. So that's going to be a long 4th down, and I think now you do have to send the punt team out, which we are doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you want a completion there, but, boy, I hate to hang up on that call, too. I don't want to be that radio guy, but if you were watching on YouTube, I'm sure you saw it. I mean, that was
sickening.
Yeah. That is one that I'm sure Coach Stark is still – he does a good job. He's really not that bad, but on the
good high hanging punt here for Caleb Hall. He's going to back up. We're going to get a good Tiger bounce. It's going to roll in there. It's about the 28-yard line for the Tigers. So Chanute will take over the 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Listen, I'll hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. We're going to stay right here as they switch out. But, like you said, that's kind of the talk of that. Our first drive coming out of the half is, you might see that on their sideline where the ref might not want to get too upset on that side, but you usually get that call on your sideline in high school for sure.
Yeah, especially, I'm not sure what
happened. Or just
happened.
because it is a penalty. I mean, it's a penalty.
Well, it was just like the worst part is he's 4 or 5 yards from it. I mean, it's directly in front of him, but part of it, move on, keep going.
Got to get a stop here. And, you're only down 2 touchdowns, still a very manageable game to get into. But she's going to come out in their doubles. Look over here on both sides of the ball. Going to be a quick little running back screen pass toss thing.
Yeah, they run a swinger out there, and he kind of gets loose for a little extra. And that's the thing, too. They spread you out so much, and then they want to kind of run the RPO. And they can either hand it off or QB can keep it, or they run that little swing pass right there, and he's kind of got green grass in front of him.
Yeah, and it's just, there's just so much things you can do out of that formation that they're running tonight, and they're showing it tonight.
He's going to gain a 1st down there and quite a bit more. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line here. They're going to come back out in the doubles to each side, pistol formation, running back right behind him. Harding's going to get ready, read the defense. He's going to take the snap here, hand off. We get a hand on him in the backfield, just don't quite get him down. Brody Stoughton's right there. He gets through.
That's good to see some pressure in the backfield there. We just got to continue doing it. Can't do it every other play. We got to do it every play and start making them get into different looks here.
Yeah, Ogren ends up getting the stop there. They're going to gain 4, bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 45.
Yeah, and Chanute right now just unfortunately on offense kind of just doing whatever they want.
Yeah, they're rolling pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, at least you get a little bit of penetration there from the defensive line. So.
It shows the Tigers that, you can get back there. We just got to keep on getting after it and get back there.
Yep. They're going to come out now.
Trips to the right.
Single receiver over here to the short side of the field. Yep. He's going to take the snap and hand it off. Give up the middle. He breaks it for about 15 yards, looks like. Maybe 14. Going to be a 1st down, though. Jordan Patterson's having a pretty good night rushing for Chanute. I don't have the box score in front of me, but I would say he's getting close to eclipsing 100 yards rushing. Got to be somewhere in there.
Yeah, and they haven't really shown the passing game except for that first play right there on this drive, but they haven't seen anything downfield. They're trying to probably lull you asleep a little bit here, but got to continue doing what we're doing. Yeah.
Yep, that's the spot where you got to keep your eyes.
Looks like they got trips to the short side of the field here.
Yep.
1-on-1 up top on their sideline. Dexter Williams out there. Harding's in the pistol, shotgun formation, looking to pass here. Going to be another running back.
Yeah, they try to throw that swing route again over there. So they kind of put the trips over here, put you in single coverage over there, and send the receiver deep, hoping that it leaves green grass.
That's a one read pass route right there because you want that wide receiver to take that D-back out and just kind of have that swing pass.
Yeah.
Nobody gets out there. We have seen that their running backs are pretty quick. Once they get to the open field, they're fast and get up the field quickly. So
we kind of have more power, run it down your throat type running backs there, a little more finesse type
benefits
team.
us there. He threw it just right out of his reach of his running back's hands there.
Yep. They're going to come back out, twins, 2 to each side, pistol formation, handoff, nope, counter, quarterback keep.
We got him wrapped up, and we do
Great
bring
job
him down.
there by Creed Clayton. Going to bring him down for a loss of 1.
It's going to bring up a long third down here. You know, clock still going, minute 55 here in the third quarter. Fort Scott 6, Chanute 18, bring up a 3rd and 11. So, yeah, that's, kind of got him right where we want him. We stop him here. We can get the ball back. No harm, no foul.
Big third down.
Yes.
I got a feeling, though, that even if it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, they're on. Well, usually when you get on the other side of the 50 here.
I don't think they're going to punt it. They may, but we'll just we hope we get them in that situation to see what they have to do here.
Yep.
Same thing we've kind of seen all night here. The twins to each side, they run this doubles formation.
Got to watch the hard count as well. They haven't called it all night, but they kind of do.
He's going to roll to his right.
We have an open blitzer there. Got a chance.
Deep ball, and he's wide open.
Does not.
He's
make
out
the
of
catch
bounds.
in the bounds. He's got to be out of bounds there.
They are not going to give him that catch. You've got to be kidding me. The receiver is 3 yards out of bounds when he catches the ball. I mean, his feet maybe aren't even touching the white, and this is getting a little bit ridiculous. I'd
say, and just unless we can't see as good as he can see over there. I mean, he looked like
my eyes aren't great, but I could definitely tell when someone's completely out of bounds.
Yeah, so it's going to be
that is crazy.
1st and 10 here for Chanute now on the 12-yard line for the Blue Comets.
Yeah, at some point, I'm almost in favor when it gets to this point of Coach Stark going crazy.
Yeah, he needs
I'm okay
to,
with it. Get thrown out. Do what you got to do. Set the mood. So here we go. They're going to come back out. Trips to the doubles to the right. I'm sorry, they're going to hit it off up the middle. We're going to get a good push there.
Yeah, I try to sneak over there and look at the camera, see if they could do a replay on one of these sky cams just to look at it. But
he's only going to get about 3 there. They're going to call it 2. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah.
So they can still get a first down, too, at about the 4-yard line and have a new set of downs.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a timeout, or they're going to let it go to the end of the quarter here. So it's going to be 4th quarter. We're going to send it over to the studio real quick. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. I'm Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy tonight here at Frary Field. Homecoming for the Fort Scott Tigers. This is All Hit 103.9.
All your favorite classics in one order. Dive into Dairy Queen's $7 meal deal. Score the original cheeseburger or the 3-piece chicken strip meal deal. Each meal comes with crispy fries, a 21-ounce drink, and a classic sundae. Hungry for more? Upgrade to a small blizzard for just $2 extra. Rush to your local Fort Scott DQ Grill and Chill or order via the DQ app to grab this unbeatable deal today. Don't miss out. Treat yourself to the classics at Dairy Queen.
Back here at Frary Field, this is Dylan Duffy here with Aaron Judy. 4th quarter got ready to start here at Frary Field. Fort Scott 6 and the Chanute Blue Comets 18. Homecoming here, kind of had some tough goes at it there in the 3rd quarter with Chanute scoring right out of half, and then a couple penalties maybe not picked up that we could see up here, but we're not going to dwell on it too much. Chanute's going to have the ball 2nd and 8 on their own 10-yard line going in here with another knocking on the door chance to score.
Yep. We're going to have to bow up here a little bit, try to you got to do everything you can to make them snap it again, keep them out of the end zone. Even if you can hold them to 3 here, that's big time.
Yeah, you got to do some turnover, something like that. Just keep pushing forward. The biggest thing we've always said is just continuously make them snap the ball, and good things can happen for you. So we'll see what we do here. They're, obviously probably going to be in their pistol formation. They got trips out here to the Fort Scott sideline. They're probably going to run some crossers over there. Got a guy out wide, way wide, other side of the hash, basically on the numbers.
Yeah, I'd say we're going to see.
Snap here. We're going to be looking. We do have somebody in the backfield. We have him have a chance breaking tackle. He's looking. We got him. We got him wrapped up. He just throws it. That should be no.
Yeah, he's close to still being in the pocket.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. I mean,
yeah,
he's
they
just
were all
going
in the
straight
end zone.
back.
You can definitely tell that he wasn't throwing that to anybody, just throwing it away. But it's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 here for the Chanute Blue Comets, and, great pressure there.
Yeah,
good job by the
pursuit.
first 4. And that's another thing. Keep doing it. You kind of get him rushing. He hasn't been having to rush all game. Good things happen for you here.
Right. Yeah, we've got to get a little bit of pressure there on him and just keep pushing, especially this third down right here.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to kick it from here, so you're in 4-down territory, obviously. So a big 2 plays coming right here. Wouldn't surprise me. They run that receiver super far out to see a little swing
Kind of have
pass.
a pistol instead of the running back to the side.
Yep.
Now he's directly lined up with them. So
Going to have a wing to the left, twins to the right. They're going to hand it off.
He's
going to get a first down.
Maybe. We'll see. The guy over on the other side looks like he'd just be short of the stick right there. We'll see what he does.
Yeah,
he's going to call him 4th down.
He says he's puts up his hands and motions that he's about a foot short, it looks like.
Didn't see him a foot out of bounds. I had to say that one, sorry. But it's going to bring up a 4th and 1 here for Chanute. And obviously this is go for it territory, being on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, big time right here. You got to just do everything you can, get up on the line, try to get a push. They're going to run the ball.
They haven't showed the quarterback sneak yet, but they got a big, looks like a tackle in the backfield with them. Going to be a direct handoff. Going to get to the outside. Looks like
I think they're going to give it to him.
About 2 yards.
He is all over the place.
Yeah.
Can't decide where to.
I was looking at this one down here. He looks like he gave him 2 yards, so that's going to be a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it on forward motion. They were kind of driving back, but he gets probably.
Pursuit was there right at the start, and unfortunately, just popped it for a couple more. Kind of what our running backs always do and fall forward a little bit. That's what they did.
Right.
So just got to keep battling here, making them snap it again. Good things happen. They're going to go under center, which quarterback really hadn't done a lot, so maybe it's going to be a little tush push here. He's going to get right in there. Everything I was hoping for, a bad snap or something like that, didn't happen. Harden's going to take it right in. A quarterback sneak. It's going to make it 24-6 with 10:46 remaining here in the 4th quarter for the Tigers. It's they battled all night, kind of playing against maybe more than one opponent tonight from what we've seen, but got a chance here. 10:46 remaining. Our passing games looked really good, so we can see what we can do here.
I'm hoping maybe Coach Hart just start airing it out here. I mean, what do you have to lose?
Exactly.
You got to go for it. So
keep it going of them not making a successful PAT. Hopefully here.
Chanute lines up for the
Bad
PAT.
Snap. We do get blocked again. So Tigers. It's one thing they can hang their hats on tonight. Special teams has been pretty dominant on the PAT side of the game.
Not anything close to really.
Yeah, no, they haven't had a chance.
Yet.
So it's going to be 10:46 here, 4th quarter again. Chanute 24, Fort Scott 6. Going to have a Chanute kickoff here. Send it back to the station real quick for a 30-second ad break. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their bellies at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's a tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All Tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
Back here at Frary Field as Chanute's getting ready to kick it off. Score 24 Chanute, Fort Scott 6, 10:46 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Get a good return here, see what we can do back on offense. Besides a few plays, we've looked pretty good on offense. I can't complain about that too much tonight.
No, we've had a couple of drives where we kind of, like we talked about, shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, but we've moved the ball better tonight than we have maybe all year. You hate that the score doesn't
Creed can
show
get
that.
another chance here to return. Going to break a couple tackles, get down about the 35-yard line and get taken down. So he kind of didn't go to the middle there. He took it to the outside a little bit.
Like we talked about before.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know that you gain or lose anything there, but
you just kind of take what they give you and go from it there. So we're going to be on the right hash to start this drive. 10:42 left, 4th quarter. First 10 for the Tigers right there on about the 36-yard line, it looks like.
Yep. Drayden's gonna come out here. They're going to have a receiver split to each side. Split backs. Drayden's going to take the snap. He's going to hand it off over the right side. They're going to be right there to stop us. Short gain of 1 or 2 for Creed. Clayton over the right side there.
Kid's only a sophomore. He just runs hard every time he gets the ball, which you do like. But
he's going to be an absolute stud. He will be a force to be reckoned with in 4A football as he gets a little bit older.
Oh, yeah. He's got the attitude. He's kind of got the Scattaboo attitude that
Yeah.
you watched Thursday Night Football last night. He's going to run hard at all times.
Great on both sides of the ball too.
Absolutely. He's going to be a great two-way player for the Tigers as we kind of build into the future as well as keep playing this year. Got Cannon over here and Dexter kind of in the slot position here. Dryden under center. Going to take snap. Going to be fake. Toss again. Paxton Allen with some room. Nobody's going to want to tackle that hard. Runs through a couple there. Gets a positive gain of about 7 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Third manageable, right where we want to be all night, really.
Yep, and good run, good vision there by Paxton Allen. He kind of gets over to the left side, and he's more of a power back, but he's got great vision as a running back, so he cuts it up and hits the open lane, gets what he can get.
Yeah, the big thing is you might be a power back, but if you got a power back in open space, you ain't going to want to tackle him either.
Yeah, and it's not like he's slow. He can still move.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We're going to be back under center here. We're going to run quarterback follow over the right side. Big Drayden Marlowe there just kind of bowls his way for 4 or 5. Going to get the first down.
Yep. That's what you like to see. I call that the Aaron Judy special since he's up here. That's the play he said he always loved to run. So kind of get a blocker ahead of you and just follow him and just get as much as you can there.
Yep. I wish I was 6'4", 200 pounds. That'd be really cool.
A little different. You were definitely 6'4", 2.
Nope.
210, 220, whatever you want to call him. I mean, he's all of it.
Yep. So you're going to be 1st and 10, ball on the 48-yard line. We'd like to get across the 50 here, get on their side of the field, see what we can do. Drayden's going to come out, take the snap, play action. He's going to dump it down the middle, and it's an interception. He falls down.
And tackle by Creed Clayton there after the interception. But, yeah, that's just one of those.
Drayden wishes he had that one back. Kind of the same thing. He's covered up, and Drayden tries to touch it in there. He did it earlier, but
they read it. And, if you are a Tiger fan, that's kind of a bread and butter tight end dump play. That's kind of that's really your only option that you want to do. You don't want to throw it if he's there, but it's kind of a tuck and run or make a pass there. But you just get as much yards as you can on first down especially. But
rather see Drayden just tuck it and try to go there, live for second down, especially it's first down. I mean, you got 3 more to go, but
learning experience as the Tigers, like we said, is young, new quarterback, new coach. We're getting things worked out here. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Chanute Blue Comets here.
They're going to be in doubles, and he's going to hand it off.
Great
We're going to get him
pursuit
stopped
there.
in the backfield.
Aiden Ogren, 48, and Paxton Allen there, 48. Give a shout-out to him as well. That's going to be Carson Miles filling in for Ryder Newton right now at the middle. So great names there, making a good tackle for the Tigers for a loss. It's going to be about 2nd and 12 here for the Blue Comets.
Yeah, that's what we've got to have, but we've got to have it a little more consistently, and all night we've got to have that type of penetration if we want to compete with the teams that are at the top of our league or at the top of 4A. So
yeah, you really don't want to see it. Fourth quarter we start getting the penetration, but
right,
you got to build on something, and that we can build on that so far. So they're going to come out trips to our sideline. 3's going to try to get set over there on the line, right outside the hash marks. Hardy's going to take snap, going to look. They're running their own little screen play.
Oof.
Ball goes right over the top. Jacob Adams almost had a chance for a big boy interception there. That would have been fun to watch, but just out of both of their hands. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12 and stop the clock with 7:58 here in the 4th quarter. Fort Scott 6, Chanute 24.
Yeah, and a good job by our interior D-line there. They kind of sniff it out and stay home.
Yeah,
linebackers are filling in because you can see the slip screens coming.
Yeah, and teams are going to run that against us because they've got some film on us, missing our assignments there. But great job covering it up there. Chanute's going to be back here. Doubles of both sides, single back. Hardy's going to be in the shotgun. Going to kind of milk the play clock here. Going to snap the ball. Going to look for a quarterback draw right up the middle. Great shoestring tackle there by number 75. I believe that's big Jacob Adams again. Had a chance for an interception. Makes a great tackle. He definitely got – that's a
tough
gracious spot for them. Going to bring a 4th and 4 for Chanute here.
They're going to hurry it up and get on the ball.
Yep.
And try to catch us out of –
Double's going to bring their X into motion here. Going to get it right on the tight, basically run the tight end spot, and they're going to look at me play over here, let the clock run.
They're probably going to call a timeout here if I'm guessing. I don't know. They got
20-some on the play. Yeah, they're just kind of milking clock, I think, here.
Yeah, they're going to probably
just snap the ball one time.
I don't not sure what they're doing here.
Yeah, they're
look like they're even going to call a play. Yeah, I think he's going to let the clock just run down here.
Probably 5 seconds here. They're going to try to snap it. They're just drawing. This is the milk the clock situation here for them.
Or maybe you just take now they're going to snap it.
They are going to do a quick little pooch. It's going to be blocked
blocked.
in his back. Just going to let him get on it. So we're going to have a great field position there for the Tigers. That's kind of a Probably should have called a timeout because he didn't back up far enough.
Super weird.
Yeah.
He's done that both times. He backs up like maybe 2. I mean, he almost looks like he doesn't even move. He stays 3 or 4 yards
and usually
like he would for a shotgun snap.
Usually if you pooch it, it's a catch and it's a quick, just,
yeah,
you're trying to get whatever you want.
They
They're
usually back up to at least 7-8 yards.
Yeah.
I mean,
and, he's only back there about 5, and he's kind of taking his time like he's got a 15-yard snap or whatever. But Fort Scott's going to appreciate that field position. We're right here on the 40, so it actually flipped field for us a little bit better. Dryden under center. Going to be a handoff right up to Creed Clayton. He's going to find a hole, gain about a 5 yards there, keep pushing the pile.
And I thought that on the first pooch punt they did.
We almost pushed him back into it there, too.
Awfully close. That's just weird.
Yeah.
So.
And, Harding's not a small guy either, so he's got to have a little bit of room to kick that leg out, too.
Long leg. He's going to have a little room. So
absolutely.
Great job right there. We get the ball back. We don't, we give up the interception, but we get the ball right back. We don't give up much.
Yep.
Now we've got to capitalize on it. So
quick score here, and if that could change some things a little bit. Dryden back under center, Cannon out here to the left side of the field. Going to be a double fake, counter. Paxton Allen up the middle, going to have enough for a first down and a little bit more. So that's going to be another Tiger first down.
Breaks 3
Clock
or 4.
should stop about 6:19 here for the Tigers as we move the chains.
He breaks 3 or 4 tackles there. I mean, it seems like every time he gets the ball in a little bit of open field, he breaks at least 1 tackle.
Yeah, and those counters are working because of the passing game a little bit that we had tonight, that they're not filling up too far because you don't know if they're going to quarterback boot there with the ball as well and be stuck down the field.
We're going to come back out, receiver split to each side. He's going to take the snap and straight give over the right side again to Paxton Allen, who's going to get some tough yards, and he falls forward.
Great read, I do have to say, there by Dryden, too. The handoff that DN came right around the corner, and we were able to just drop it right off into that 2 gap.
So he's going to gain 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Ball's on the 22-yard line.
Yeah.
He's going to run the play in again.
Kind of want a little bit more speed, I feel like, if you're really trying to get back into it a little bit. But
5 minutes left. We got to
get after it a little bit. So maybe we got a 1 play here. We got, great option out here with Dexter out on the far side. Great pitch. Creed's going to get out the sideline. Going to get to the 15.
Great block by Dexter Williams 10, on the outside.
Get to the 5, go out of bounds right there. So we're going to be down. Clock stopped, 5:18.
I mean,
great run by Creed Clayton for a first down, 1st and goal.
And you hate to be down 24-6, but Dexter Williams out there just stock blocks his kid and manhandles him.
Absolutely. That's what you want to see, That's the thing about this team that I brought up with Coach in the coach's corner is no matter what the score is, we play till the end of the game.
Yeah.
In the last whistle, that's what you like out of this team that's we're trying to build a new culture here as well.
We get out of bounds there, so, I mean, it's a long shot, but you're not out of the game completely right now. You need to score quick, though, and then we need to get the ball back.
Yep.
They're going to run it over the right side. Creed Clayton's going to get into the end zone.
Going to be a touchdown.
Tigers.
Creed Clayton for 5 yards there, so another Fort Scott touchdown to make it 12-24, 5:15
We're going to go for 2.
4th quarter. Well, we're going for 2, and Dryden is coming out, so
he's going to come get the play.
Makes sense.
Untimed down, so you got
finally he can walk this one over a little bit.
Yeah.
The play clock still goes for 25 seconds though, so
got to get in and get started.
You get a couple of these and it turns into a one-score game real quick.
Score here, it's a 10-point game, and
it's a little bit easier to get those 2 scores with the field goal and a touchdown. But Dryden under center here, gonna be a kind of a busted play maybe.
No, they run like a I would call it 18-0
play action type.
Yeah, former Tigers that are listening, he's gonna take like a counter step and then turn, and you want to lead back and then a pitch back. And Creed is upset about something. He's not happy, but Coach Stark talking to him here, trying to get him calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, that's a kid, though. Sometimes
I'll
you
take
might,
it if I'm coach. He's fiery.
Yeah, there's the thing about Creed. There's sometimes you just kind of let him play his own game out there with the way because you can't stop a kid like that that's going to make sure he's in it all 48. But Tigers 12, Chanute 24, 5:15 left here in the 4th quarter. Tigers are ready to line up to kick this off, waiting for Chanute to get out of their huddle. They're kind of probably getting their hands team out there to understand what they want to do. I think you maybe try to not go right at the front line, but maybe you try to bust it up over and do a little pooch kick over the top and see if you can get, we got Ogren over here and number 12 for us. Run up on there and grab it real quick.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. Looks like we're setting up the onside kick it.
Chanute's 12 rush Newton.
Chanute's going to bring their hands team in here with 5 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
See if Caleb can't bounce it into the second row here. Maybe we take one out and get a hold of it.
There's some things, too. You just try to kick it as hard as you can right at that front line. Maybe it bounces off their face mask. And, you know, having a specialty kicker that can kind of do a lot of things, that's where you kind of try to.
Yeah, looks like Coach Carney's over here trying to give him kind of
kick it to me kind of thing, yep.
This is where I want it.
Yeah.
He's going to put it in the air. It looks like I'd say he's going to try to get one big bounce. So here we go.
Get a big hop here. Yeah, that's kind of one of those sketchy ones. He jumped forward a little bit there to grab it, and once he touches it earlier in the 50, you can hop on it. But he did a good thing about kind of scooping it up like a.
Yeah, he did a good job. Number 25 there for Chanute.
Yep. All 3 timeouts still for both teams. 5:13 left here in the fourth quarter. Fort Scott 12, Chanute 24. Ball's going to be on the 48-yard line when the Blue Comets come out to take over on first down here. You know, we did the right thing. They're going to try to obviously draw the clock down a little bit more, but we did the right thing of holding them last possession, see if we can do it this possession and get another chance at the end zone.
Yeah, you'd love a 3 and out here, and then if you get it in the end zone, then we're really
get
talking.
really interesting. Yeah, you really get that other onside kick.
Oh, that's going to be a false
start on them for sure. Yeah. Yep, we got our false start.
We don't lose any time, and they do
back
lose
up 5
some yards,
yep.
So we'll take that.
And, you know, that's big for the Tigers, too, because we've kind of gave some penalties like that to the other teams past few weeks. So we knew they'd come out here and try to hard count quite a bit. That was really their first time all night that they've done it. And
we have done a good job. We've gotten better from, you know, as the weeks go on. We don't really have any false starts or anything like that. But they're going to come out. Chanute's going to run out here with – they're going to have a wing and 2 split receivers.
Slow
the
motion
wingback's going to come in motion. They're going to hand it off. And he's going to find a hole.
Let's see.
Yeah, look like
got a lot better view up here, but yeah, I mean, we don't want to keep harping on them. There's
but
a hold on a few of them personally, but that's going to bring up a second and about 5 here for the Blue Comets. Clock still running, 4:55 and counting.
Yeah, so that's kind of the upside of that penalty there. He breaks off a 10-yard run, but it's still 2nd and 5 instead of a first down. So, our corner out here, Miles, gets kind of tackled there.
Yeah. He got tackled.
No call,
I kind of saw something on the inside. It looked like he kind of got hooked, basically like a fish hook, a big old fish hook around there too. He was going to make a tackle and just got bombarded. Probably don't
take the play clock down to.
Won't see them come out of a huddle probably the rest of the night under 20.
Yeah.
So
they're going to have all the way down. We got twin split to the short side of the field, a wing and a split receiver far to the left. He's going to take the snap with 2 seconds on the play clock.
Jade's going to get to the outside. Dewar going to stop him short, though, it looks like.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So pivotal 3rd and 2 here for the Blue Comets, and hopefully Tigers can get another stop and kind of make them – obviously they're on their side, but this is where they kind of try to pooch it from last time and get it blocked.
Short run over the left side there. Going to bring up 3rd and a long 2, I'd say. I guess he's about right at 3rd and 2, so – big 3rd down here. We've got to have a stop if we want to have any type of chance at staying in this game. 3 minutes and going to be about 30 seconds by the time he probably snaps the ball.
Yep.
Or close to it. So probably the biggest 3rd down of the game here. We've got everybody on the line basically.
Now, yeah.
They're going to hand it off.
I
don't think he's going to get it.
Looks like
the spot on the left is way different than the spot on the far side, and they're going to go ahead and give it to him.
Yeah, I don't know if he should be calling that when it's on the inside hash, but he's already moving them all and everything, so I guess.
That's – yeah.
I did it. I don't know.
The ball's at about the – yeah, that's a tough call.
I did a little bit of officialing when I was in college, and, you know, you never move the chains unless you're absolutely positive.
Yeah.
And him over on that sideline, he was pretty positive about it, but it's kind of one of those, if you're Tigers, you probably like, hey, can we at least get like one measurement here just to see what it looks like? We haven't had one all year kind of thing.
Yeah, I've done enough complaining tonight, so I'm not going to complain anymore, but Chanute's going to come out 1st and 10, 38-yard line.
Trips to our sideline.
Receiver split far to the left.
He's basically out of bounds over there on their sideline.
Yeah, motion the back to his other side. Quarterback keep. We're going to get him wrapped up here. But
Paxton on with a great tackle. You know, I was a man on hat right there, and he made the play.
Yep, not before he gets 4 or 5 yards on that carry, though.
Mm-hmm. That's, you know, if you're Chanute, that's exactly what you want to do is keep milking the clock with some positive running. 4 yards of play will get you a 1st down and 3.
Yep, so they're going to bring up 2nd and 6 here. 2nd and 5, they're going to call it.
Yeah.
We are going to run in a few. Chanute's going to sub in a few different players here. Like Dylan said, they're just going to keep running the ball here.
Yeah.
Run the play clock down as far as they can. They've been snapping it with 2 or 3 left on the play clock, and I don't think that's going to change. So
yeah, back in the pistol formation, though, this time. Doubles to their side. But don't see him changing up anything. It's going to be a handoff. Lucas does not get to the outside there. Great fill by Paxton Allen. I think he kind of make it, well, we're not calling a timeout. I think he kind of, I'd like to personally try to finish on offense
we're calling
here.
a timeout. He's trying to call a timeout.
Yeah.
But he's hurt, so don't waste a timeout.
So now, like, if they didn't stop the clock here, the white hat would have just now stopped the clock right with 30 left. So, yeah. So.
Yeah, they're not really paying attention to Coach Stark. He's over there yelling timeout.
Granted with an injury, but yeah.
Couldn't see the kid down when it first started.
Yep.
It looks like maybe he's just cramped or something
because
he's getting up pretty quick.
When he got the handoff, he kind of looked a little wobbly when he was coming out of that, too. That's Jaden Lucas, I believe. Little scat back that they had that was running pretty hard.
Jalen Duncan.
Duncan, sorry, yeah.
Going to be a junior for Chanute, 5'10", 172-pound junior running back. That's the kid that we were talking about earlier. I mean, he gets the ball.
And he
he's
gets
moving.
Out, he gets out to that outside. He's gone.
I don't know that he runs track, but if I'm a betting man, I'm going to go ahead and say he runs track.
He looks the part. Yeah, he could be a baseball player, and he might be a speedster on the field there,
maybe
too.
So.
But, yeah, it's going to bring up not a 3rd and 2. It looks like it's going to be a 2nd, maybe, I believe. Do they just have
I think it's 3rd and 2, yep. The glare on
It's going to be a 3rd and 8 the way they're set up right now to me.
Yep, the scoreboard says 3rd and 2.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3rd and 8 here.
3rd and 8, they started the clock even though he was trying to call a timeout here, so they're going to get 20-second play clock run off as well. Fortunately, I probably would have rather seen a timeout there just to kind of stop the clock the whole time.
11-10, the clock's ticking. He's going to run it down. He's looking behind him at the play clock. There's one right in front of him. He's going to snap it with 4 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to run a screen
pass. He's getting absolutely held right there. There is a pink flag down. There's another one there too, but that.
Yeah, my goodness.
I mean, that's one of those you got to call it a little bit quicker than that because he's just hog washing them right there on the
Clayton
ground.
Gets tackled from the backside there.
Yeah, it looked like Gavin also was getting pinned
sorry,
over here.
That's who it is.
Yeah, so we'll see what the white hat comes in and calls. Obviously, we had some
not
holding
number 3
here.
there, double threes.
Double threes,
Gavin
yeah.
Miles
3-3.
getting just tackled at the corner spot. So
yeah.
I almost thought they weren't going to call it there for a second. You can hear everybody up
and
here in the
he
press
did kind of
box.
drop his flag right here, but yeah, and they threw one finally from the back. The umpire kind of called one back there, so that's going to move him back. It's going to be another 3rd down. Clock should stop unless he's going to, or see if they make.
Yeah, we'll see what they call here. Are they going to call? Did they call it a hold or block in the back? I'm not sure. I didn't see. They didn't call anything. They just moved the ball.
Yeah. So he's going to call it right here. It's going to be holding. Chanute.
And they're going to call holding. Okay.
Shout out to Dusty there maybe to get the call for us over the PA system.
Yeah, they're going to run.
Yep, and they're going to start the clock.
Run the clock.
Hopefully Stark's going to call a timeout here.
Call a timeout here.
So we're going to time out here. That's going to run off a couple more seconds. But, I mean, Stark told him he wanted a timeout, I think, before they even did that. So
you'd like to see him reset the clock to 1:12. I mean, you lose. I don't know that 3 seconds is going to change this game, but
no.
It's like just.
But I mean, if you're up here in the booth like we were when we were watching, Stark was like, "Hey, if the clock starts, I want a timeout automatically, so it stops the clock."
So
here.
we just run 3 seconds off for no reason there.
Yep. And it's going to be 1:09 here in the 4th quarter. 24 Chanute, Fort Scott 12. Harding back in the
18 here.
Yep. Harding's back in the pistol shotgun formation here. Going to roll out to non-dominant throwing hand. He's going to look down the field. Going to have 2 quarterbacks over there. He's going to step, or wide receivers over there, makes the catch, steps out of bounds.
They're going to say he doesn't make the okay.
They gave it to him. I was going to say if they
gave that one earlier, he was going like this with his hands.
I think he's trying to stop the clock, but it's going to be 1:03 left. 4th and 3, maybe 4 here for the Chanute Blue Comets.
Yeah, call it 4th and 4. It's going to be the clock stopped. He got out of bounds.
Yeah, did step right out of bounds. Kind of made the catch and then stepped out.
So, if nothing else, just for pride here, you want
get a big stop here, and you do have a minute to kind of run your offense back on there and see if they can make it a little bit closer.
Crazy things happen.
Yeah, big bomb and onside kick, and you get the ball twice, and you kind of shock the world here.
We'll see what happens here. Harding's going to be in the
First guy to start with the stop here is going to be an automatic run
he's
up
gonna
the
run it
middle.
up the middle
Gonna
and
make
get the
a
first
move.
down pretty easily.
Yeah, just unfortunately doesn't make a good push there. It's going to be enough for a first down. They might just kneel it out here. 59 seconds left. They're going to move the chains and then probably, I guess now we called a timeout after a first down here. Somebody did. I think it's going to be a pride timeout, kind of a, hey, it might be over, but we're going to make sure we get after it a little bit. We're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio real quick for our final break for probably the end of the game. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. I'm Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy.
What's more exciting than back to school? Tiger football, and the Shirt Shack has the best-looking Tiger wear. Come into our store, pick out a Tiger design and a shirt, and we will print it right then. No waiting, and it's done while you watch. Shirt Shack has short sleeve and long sleeve tees, hoodies, and crew sweats. Everyone's favorite time of the year, Fort Scott Tiger football, and Shirt Shack is your place for Tiger apparel. Shirt Shack, the original since 1976.
We're back here at Frary Field. Going to be a 1st and 10 for the Chanute Blue Comets. Harding's going to come back out. We'll see what they look to do. But, the Tigers kind of 59 seconds here to show our Tiger pride and just get after it a little bit.
Can't imagine they're going to even run a play. Surely they're just going to nail it here. Or they're going to try to
maybe they don't trust their kneel down and they're going to
or it's personal and they're going to try to score again.
I don't know personal, but it's kind of one of those, if it happens, it happens kind
well,
of thing.
Just mean you're kind of, rivals.
Going to have a wide open blitzer out here to the outside. They go to the opposite side of Cannon blitz, and we're going to hit him in the backfield. Looks like he's going to gain maybe one there, so it's going to be a 2nd and 9 for the Blue Comets.
Good job there by Rush Newton on the tackle, another freshman in the game. Fills and does a great job at getting a stop.
It's like we are calling another timeout, so I guess we did have all three after they got the first down, so, it's kind of one of those things. We're going to just play a chess match with them. We'll keep on using our timeouts if you want to keep on running plays, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, and I guess it makes sense too. You don't know if they're going to call timeouts, but you almost have to run plays if you're Chanute if they're going to call timeouts.
Yeah, for sure. About 51 seconds here, 4th quarter. Fort Scott 12, Chanute 24. It's going to be a 2nd and 9 for the Tigers here, or for the Blue Comets when we come back out of this timeout. We're going to keep it right here. We do appreciate all of our sports boosters make all of these broadcasts possible. We're starting with H2 Painting. He's up here with me. But then we're going to go to Atkins Insurance, Billard Hammer Hartman Insurance, Bourbon County Cars, Brick Street Barbecue, Casper Enterprises, City State Bank, Designers Florist by Seacan, Dill Bainward Bolton CPA PA, Doordery Insurance, D&Z Overhead Doors, Farm Brew Financial Services, Todd Schmidt, Fort Scott Livestock, Fort Scott Community College, Fort Scott Smoke Shop, Dawn Spirits and Wines, Geiger Plumbing, and Hydrix True Value. We appreciate all 35 of you now that helped make these broadcasts possible, and hopefully we can get a hot spot up here with all your guys' help, and not have a problem that we kind of had at the beginning of the game with the Wi-Fi going down. But
next week we're gonna have
a hot spot. Yep, we'll be in Tawanda Circle next week, so that'll be a fun one. Nice little travel. I definitely am gonna hit up Taco Tico on the way for sure in El Dorado. But Chanute gets back out here. They're gonna be in a pistol formation. Doubles out,
trips to the left.
Yeah, kind of with that one in the right by the, Gonna get
good.
Get
yeah.
Who's that? Caden Cannon coming out like a cannon right there.
Yeah, he's flying there.
Uses last name highly right there. And
pun intended.
Yes.
So great job by Caden.
3rd and 13 for the Tigers. They're going to use their final timeout here. 48 seconds left. Fort Scott 12. Chanute 24. We'll send it back to the studio for about 2 ads. And we'll bring it right back. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 at Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Hey, folks, Frank here with Briggs & Fort Scott. I can't believe it's that time of year again. Model year-end closeout sale. The 2026s are starting to arrive, and these 2025s have to go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota. All deeply discounted with rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all these brands in Fort Scott or at BriggsAuto.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the showroom floor.
An authentic taste of old Mexico in the heart of Fort Scott. That's La Hacienda. The finest Mexican cuisine served fresh, hot, and made to order. Plus, who doesn't love the free basket of homemade chips and La Hacienda's fresh salsa? Get your favorite La Hacienda meal through dine-in, curbside pickup, or delivery. See their full menu at La Hacienda.
We are back here at Frary Field. third down, 3rd and 13 here to go, 48 seconds. Chanute's going to have to run a play. They're going to run just a little swing pass to the right.
Oh.
Our defensive end's getting held pretty bad.
Yeah, Aiden only had one arm there to make a tackle.
We ended
So
up getting a stop there on 3rd down, so it's going to bring up 4th down.
Clock stop should be running, but hey, we'll take that extra couple seconds there.
Yeah, the clock's running here.
Yeah. So we're going to have to run one more play here.
Yep.
Unless the white hat makes him, then he's going to make him.
Only going to be about 10 seconds different.
Nope, now they're going to make sure it gets run off. We tried a little bit there, maybe a little home cooking, but he reset the play clock, so that's going to be the last play of the game here. Chanute's going to take home a victory on Fort Scott's homecoming, 24, Chanute 12, Fort Scott here. Well fought. We'll bring back the game after we set up into the Briggs halftime or post-game show. You're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV. This is Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy signing off. Be at the post-game show right after this.
For tonight's game, Tigers 12, Blue Comets 24.
Stay tuned for the Briggs Auto post-game show as we analyze tonight's game and highlight key plays, players, and stats. Tonight's post-game show is brought to you by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, where building lasting relationships with customers is always the top priority. Their friendly team is dedicated to making your car buying experience fast, easy, and hassle-free. Search for new or pre-owned vehicles at Briggs, FTSCOTT.com. That's BriggsFortScott.com, or stop into 1819 South Main on Highway 69. Now let's turn things over to Dylan Duffy with the Briggs Auto post-game show right here on All Hit 103.9 and streaming live on our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV.
This is Dylan Duffy with the Briggs post-game show here at Frary Field. Fort Scott's homecoming unfortunately ends in a tough one for Fort Scott. It's going to be 24 Chanute, Fort Scott 12. Couple good touchdowns by the Tigers, and unfortunately we ran into a hot quarterback for Chanute and Chris Harding the second. Just had a really good game. We're going to send it back to the studio. We're going to get Coach Stark up here after he kind of talks to the team a little bit and give you our thoughts and everything. But you're listening to All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. This is Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy.
Hey folks, Frank here with Briggs and Fort Scott. I can't believe it's that time of year again. Model year-end closeout sale. The 2026s are starting to arrive, and these 2025s have to go. Shop 8 brands all in one location. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, GMC, and Toyota. All deeply discounted with rates as low as 0%. Now is the time. Find all these brands in Fort Scott or at BriggsAuto.com. I'm Frank, and I'll see you on the showroom floor.
Opie's Pizza is proud to support all area school sports and reminds you that they have many locations for you to enjoy the best pizza there is. You'll find Opie's Pizza at KC Mart, both north at the Hammond exit and South 69. Union Station in Uniontown. Everybody's in Mound City. Opie's Restaurant in Girard. And now at Opie's Pizza Pool Room and Pub in Pittsburgh. Crickets in Kincaid. Brookies in Iola. And on-the-go convenience store at the Prescott exit on North 69. Or go to opiespizza.com.
Hi, folks. This is Brian from Union State Bank. We would like to use this time to give a friendly reminder that at Union State Bank, we offer a number of services that you find at the big banks, and yet you still receive the personalized service that makes banking at a community bank so much nicer. Come in and see us at Union State Bank, family owned and operated since 1901, on the square in Uniontown and at 12th Street and Highway 69 in Fort Scott. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Find us fast in names and numbers.
There's more to vision than meets the eye, and Canar Eye Care understands this perfectly. Their dedicated team of experts in advanced technology are here for your eyes, whether it's for an emergency or routine checkup. Maintaining your sight is their mission, with offices in Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, and Girard. See clear, live better with Canar Eye Care. Visit in person at 1711 South National Suite E in Fort Scott or call 620-223-0850. Improving lives through the state-of-the-art care. See more online at CanarEyeCare.com. Coach's Corner is live from New Grill this Wednesday evening. Everyone is welcome to join the voice of the Tigers, Dylan Duffy, and head Tiger football coach John Stark at New Grill, 24 North National in Fort Scott, or tune in to 103.9 and our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV. Learn stats, league info, and what's coming up next for the Fort Scott Tigers.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism.
about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Cale Nelson in Fort Scott can help you get to a better state, because we'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call me, State Farm agent Cale Nelson at 224-2828 and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Fort Scott jungle has tigers galore, with ferocious appetites for more. That's why all the tigers fill their belly at Marsh's Deli, located at 6 West 18th Street. It's the tradition of every game day to ensure the winning way of play. It's easy to score a big food win with deliveries, carry-out, or even dine-in. Marsh's Deli welcomes call-in orders too. You can call us at 620-223-6432. All tigers know that Marsh's Deli is where you fill your belly.
And we are back here at Frary Field where the Tigers drop another home game, 24-12 versus the Chanute Blue Comets, and kind of the bell of the ball here at the SEK. They won it last year, and they came in. They kind of looked the part again. I think 3 SEK wins on the year now against us, Independence last week in Coffeyville, so maybe one more stuck in there as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we got Coach joining us now, Coach Stark. Great game. We appreciate you coming up here and having a chat with us, and just kind of want to get your thoughts before we ask you any questions of what you saw out there tonight. Obviously with the new quarterback and homecoming, there was some emotions out there, and I thought we played pretty good and battled a good Chanute team tonight.
Yeah, no, you said it. We had a new quarterback out there tonight, number 6, Drayden Marlowe. I thought he played well. He had a couple turnovers. One turnover was on him. One was not so much on him. He'd be the first guy to tell you that. So, really, if I'm looking at his performance, he had one turnover. Thought he had some good passes. We got to be able to catch the football. We got to be able to get lined up and not be moving at the snap. And, we had an issue with that tonight with Drayden, a quarterback, and he's partially to blame for that, and the receivers are partially to blame for that. So we got to get that cleaned up this week in practice. The official told me at the end of the game, on our sideline, he's like, Coach, I've never seen a team play as hard as you guys have all year. And, that's a huge compliment. Super thankful for that. I'm never going to take the guys' effort for granted because they are playing as hard as they can. And they deserve recognition for that and credit for that. That being said, we're tired of losing. We're tired of making mistakes that we control. Like, we just have so many mental mistakes every game, and we have to clean it up. We're going to show up on Monday ready to work. We're going to find out who's really serious about it or not, because right now our record's not good. We have 2 winnable games coming up to close out the regular season. We got to take each game 1 week at a time, take each day 1 day at a time, try to win that day, try to win Monday on practice, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then that, if we do that, we believe we'll be able to win on Friday night. So we need to be locked in. We need to play hard, and it really starts in our preparation. We need a better week of practice this upcoming week.
Yeah, and, I'm going to kind of hold my tongue on what I think about the officials tonight, and don't want to bring that up too much. But, yeah, I mean, we battled hard. There was not really jitters. That's kind of what I brought up with Aaron at the beginning of the game with Drayden, is that, that you get that first snap and it's clean and you make the handoff. It's like, all right, now we go. Everything felt pretty comfortable. And, you kind of talked to him about staying after practice this whole week when he found out he was kind of going to be the starter, taking about 200 snaps and working with Trent Steps and some other people and stuff like that. And that kind of just shows that, we have the players out here that want to do the right things and turn this program around.
Yeah, no, I think we do. He deserves a lot of credit. The Ben Phillips and Drayden Marlowe struggled this week with quarterback center exchange in practice. We didn't have any issues with that tonight. So they were able to clean that up by the work they put in outside of practice. Coach Barner, Coach Collins, those guys deserve a lot of credit. They've stayed after every day this week and worked with our quarterbacks and receivers. I thought the play was improved in those positions tonight, but it's an area that we still need to continue to improve.
Yeah, for sure. And, I think the biggest thing that we did with Drayden tonight was we got him comfortable. We gave him a couple short routes to make some good passes, and he completed those, and then it was kind of sky's the limit. We opened up the playbook a little bit with him back there, and not a knock at Caden at all, because he went out to wide receiver and did his part out there tonight. He had one tough drop. It looked like the D-back got his hand in there on it on a nice fly route, but there's some other ones that couple chances if the call goes our way. This game's a lot different with maybe a penalty over here on a kind of a two move route, and then over there in the end zone, just kind of a tough night on the white hat and all them. But
yeah, it's frustrating. You got to find a way to win, regardless of if you get the calls or not. I thought there were a couple of those on passing plays that were just pretty blatantly. I think you could see what happened. I think everybody in the stand saw what happened, and kind of my message to players where it's like, okay, you can blame this game on the officials if you want, or you can take ownership and responsibility for your actions and say, you know what, the officials weren't the ones who couldn't get set on offense and had a couple false start penalties. Or, and again, I thought Drayden Marlowe played great. So I don't want this to sound critical of him, and I hesitate to even say it. He threw an interception tonight, and as soon as he threw it, he's like, Coach, I know, I missed the read.
Yeah.
And so, you can't win a game when you lose a turnover battle. You can. It's just really, really hard to do. I thought Drayden played extremely well. So this game is not on him, and it's not because he threw an interception. He did a great job passing the ball. He did a great job running the option. He displayed a lot of toughness out there, mental toughness. This is his first game he's ever started at quarterback.
Yeah. And out of Fort Hays school and on homecoming. And, with Tiger, Fort Scott Tiger history and all that stuff, he did really good for kind of getting him thrown in there, which is not a bad thing. It's kind of one of those baptism by fire we talked about. And
I thought he did really well. I'm not saying that at all. I thought he did really well tonight, especially given the circumstances. So, the bottom line is it sucks where we're at right now. The thing that doesn't suck is the character and the heart of our team.
Absolutely.
And that's really what matters the most. And I do believe our best football is ahead of us this year. And I think our best football is ahead of us in the future. And, now is going to be a tough time. We're to the nut-cutting time of the season. We're playing Circle on the road.
Long trip.
We gotta be focused. We gotta be dialed in. We can't lose heart. We gotta expect to win the game. Following that, we play Coffeyville at home on senior night, and like you've mentioned before, any given night in the SEK, anybody can win. So I believe we can win the next two games we play. I'm frustrated. I'm tired of every week. I feel like we can win if we play well, and we played well enough against Independence and found a way to win. These other weeks we haven't quite played well enough, and we haven't won because of it. It's kind of the theme of our season. Nothing changes. We play well enough next week against Circle. I believe we can win the game, and that's no disrespect to Circle, but that's just the confidence I have in this team. And I really think the true leaders on the team are kind of showing themselves right now, and will continue to show themselves this week in practice.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of what you put in your scouting report is we have to start not just going into the game to play to win. We got to go into the game expecting to win and doing the right things, and that kind of helps out with, doing the right things, making sure we're lined up correctly, making sure we're looking over to make sure we're lined up before we snap the ball and all those pre-snap penalties and stuff like that. I thought we did good, though, on the defensive side. That was a big thing that you stood out to is they're going to try to hard count us, and we actually won that battle when the one time they did try to hard count us tonight. We drew them actually offsides and false start instead of us doing it. So, I know you're going to get them in practice and get them right and have them ready to make that long trip to Tawan to Circle, and it's going to be a good game, and I think we're going to continue to grow like we have been, and as you even the ref, no matter what we think about him, what he did out there,
right, yeah,
he's right. We do have a team that continues to battle no matter what the score on the board looks like, and that's more than half the battle in high school football is to keep these 15 to 18-year-old kids within the game when things aren't going their way.
No, that's right. And, I do want to thank all the fans for coming out tonight. It was a great crowd. It was a great environment. And I hope they're proud of the players for how hard they played. And, again, we've come a long ways with our character this year and the personal foul penalties. And, we, again, had a couple of other opportunities tonight to do that, and we kept our cool. And the leaders stepped up and got some of our other players out of compromising situations to make sure we stayed smart. So, I'm proud of them for that. I'm never not going to be proud of them for how hard they play and the character they play with. If anybody deserves blame for us not being able to win, anybody can blame me, and we'll get the players coached up better. I'll do a better job. The staff will do a better job, and we'll start finding a way to win some of these close ball games.
Absolutely, Coach. We appreciate you joining us tonight. We're going in the right direction, and the win column, that number is going to start to grow eventually, but right now what you're doing with the kids, we appreciate it, and we appreciate all the work you're putting into this program, and we're going to get there. And, it's another tough loss here tonight at home, but we're going to go on the road and get right, hopefully, against Circle, and we'll be back talking afterwards and enjoying our Wednesdays at Coach's Corner and everything else, and everything will be right in Fort Scott very soon.
That's right, man. Thank you, guys.
Yes, thank you, Coach. It's going to wrap us up here on All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. You've been listening to Coach Stark and Dylan Duffy kind of go over the post-game show. Join us for Coach's Corner Wednesday night, New Grill, 7 o'clock. We appreciate you if you show up, but if you're not, you just tune into YouTube or the radio. Again, this is Dylan Duffy with Aaron Judy signing off. This is All Hit 103.9 and Fort Scott TV on YouTube.
Thanks for tuning in to 103.9 and joining us on our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV, for the Briggs Auto postgame show. Briggs Auto is your one-stop destination for Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, and Dodge, all conveniently located at 1819 South Main in Fort Scott. You can also browse their full inventory online anytime at BriggsFortScott.com. That's Briggs, FTSCOTT.com. Don't forget, Coach's Corner airs every Wednesday night at 7 for in-depth interviews and insights of upcoming games. Be sure to join us again next Friday night for another exciting Fort Scott Tigers football game.
All season long, your team plays here. The Fort Scott Tigers, right here on All Hit 103.9 FM.
This has been Fort Scott Tiger Football on All Hit 103.9 FM and Fort Scott TV on YouTube. Tiger Football has been brought to you in part by Briggs Auto of Fort Scott, DQ Grill and Chill, Sharky's Pub and Grub, Five Corners Mini Mart, Hometown Pub, Marcia's Deli, Fearless Products, Seacan's Occasion Shop and Designer Florist by Seacan, Sonic of Fort Scott, Cheney Witt Funeral Chapel, Shirt Shack, Typhoon Bay Car Wash, and Union State Bank. Tiger Football has also been made possible by these special sports boosters: Billiard Hammer Hartman Insurance Incorporated, the Hole in the Wall Liquor Store, La Hacienda of Fort Scott, Norris Heating and Air Conditioning, Opie's Pizza, Atkins Insurance, Casper Enterprises, Canar Eye Care, Myrick Mechanical, State Farm Insurance Agent Cale Nelson, and Fort Scott Community College. Thanks for listening, and be sure to join us again next week for more Fort Scott Tiger football action on All Hit 103.9 FM and our YouTube channel, Fort Scott TV. Go Tigers!